Lord. What do we define the bond of a playful toy? Well, if I've got to wonder, then things can be right along. If I've got to ponder, I must be heading for a fall. No sleepless nights, I think all the time. I feel so fine if I could rewind. Turn the clock back. Na-na, yeah. You got me here all night, running down the midnight oil. What do we define the bond of a playful toy? Well, if I've got to wonder, then things can be right along. If I've got to ponder, I must be heading for a fall. No sleepless nights, I think all the time. I feel so fine if I could rewind and turn the clocks back in time. Everything will be alright. Living, loving all the while. I'd feel so fine if I could rewind and turn the clocks back in time. Ooh, yeah. It's my philosophy, and I'm sure that you'll agree. Love should last forever. So instinctively, without no apology, love is all I've got to make it right. Yeah. Ooh, yes, I do. And we can make it. Hey, have you ever tried? Did you reach it now from the other side? I may be climbing on rainbows, but baby, it goes. Hey, dreams are for those who sleep, and life is for us to keep. And if you're wondering what this song is into, I'd like to make it with you. I really think that we can make it, girl. Yes, I do. I really do. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I really think that we can make it, baby. Oh. Give thanks and praises. Give thanks and praises. Put your trust in God and let it flow. Okay. Give thanks and praises. Give thanks and praises. God is everywhere you go for sure. Oh yeah. Give thanks for life. You wait to see this day. The devil in the streets of my family. Never forget to pray. You better pray in your temple and your mind. Even before you pray fast. The Bible is my M16. The Almighty and me everyday path. I know. I saw my day, never run away. Let him up to run away. I see his man rolling every day, killing mothers and babies. It hurt me when they get slain. Oh Lord, protect me, guide me on my way. The wicked man is evil, they keep on doing evil, but I is gonna be Tell you that you're everything I need and more.
Think call.
If only I could find you like the cold summer afternoon, like the snow coming down in June, like the rain without a gloom. I'm missing you.
Say what?
I'm the desert without a sun.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Oh, there. Ragga inside the building, man. Tell you, but it's easy bouncing around here, man. That's easy. Inside the afternoon, you know. See, in the evening time, taking it through. Right there, to when Lady Leo forward. Yeah, man. I tell you. Me for tell you about round here. Easy. More bounce, more seasoning around here, yeah? All right, that way. Inside. What you be aside?
I'm missing you. Looking out my window. My days are long 'cause I don't have you. How can I be so damn demanding? I know you say that it's over now, but I can't let it go. I wanna be and tell you that you're everything I need and more. If only I could find you like the cold summer afternoon, like the snow coming down in June, like the rain without a gloom.
Oh yes.
I'm missing you.
Thank God.
I'm the desert without the sand. You're the woman without the name. And I'm missing you. Together, baby girl, I'm lost without you.
That's early bouncing, you know. What then? Good call.
So in love with you, Lord girl, don't know what to do. Simply in love with you, baby. Please tell me what to do. Girl, caught my eyes.
Why so sneaky?
Couldn't find the words to say.
Yeah, man.
My restless heart won't play.
That's Radio 1.
Feel this way. For you, I pray.
Trust me. Check out the Bless Radio 1 on YouTube. Run it, man. Alongside the blessradio.co.uk, you know. To the world, you know. Blessradio.co.uk. www.blessradio.co.uk to the world. See? Alright then.
Hey, it's me again, Sadiki. Not trying to be a bother in your life, you know. Just want to let you know one day you're going to be my wife, you know.
I'm so in love with you, Lord girl. Don't know what to do. Simply in love with you, baby. Please tell me what to do. Girl, caught my eyes the other day. Couldn't find the words to say. My restless heart won't play. Can't believe I'm feeling this way. For you I pray. You're the blessings of my faith. So God, I'm gonna wait. Take my time and make you mine. You'll be mine. Now this heart, it's all I can give you. Sweet and make love, that's all. your man. Darling, please consider my application. Darling, please, I know I'm just a simple man. Baby, please consider me, 'cause I'm so in love with you. Don't know what to do. Simply in love with you. What a woman, please tell me what to do. Come on, baby. Let our hearts beat. Like you, baby, this heart, all that I can give. Now that I am at your beck and call, tell me what's wrong, tell me what's wrong. Did I leave you lonely much too long? Now the feeling is oh so strong, yeah, yes. Now that I can see the things that I've done wrong, I will never do them again, never leave you out in the rain. I must have been as stubborn as a mule to treat you for so cruel. Now, it's true that I have stumbled, but by the grace of a God I'll never ever fall. Yes, now that I'm standing tall again, so very glad that you remain my friend. I must have been a crazy, crazy fool to treat you for so cruel. Never, no, 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 no. Standing, never ever do. Now that I am at your beck and call, tell me what's wrong, tell me what's wrong. Did I leave you lonely much too long? Now the feeling is oh so strong, yeah, yes. Now that I can see the things that I've done wrong, I will never do them again, never leave you out in the rain. I must have been as stubborn as a mule to treat you for so cruel. Now, it's true that I have stumbled, but by the grace of a God I'll never ever fall. Yes, now that I'm standing tall again, so very glad that you remain my friend. I must have been a crazy, crazy fool to treat you for so cruel. Never, no, 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 no. Standing, never ever do that again. No, 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 no. Never. Said I will live.
Like a child, I was also craving for your love. Yes.
Son of Richie Davis.
Like
before the new Joseph. Mark.
Sweet chop And by the way, I hope that all good essence come your way. And it's coming straight from my heart.
tell ya.
I wanna take this to the highest
mountain teacher. Sonny Richie. Yeah, man, touch him again.
Like a child, I was also craving for your love. Yes, ooh, like honey from a sweet shop shell.
Yeah,
and by the way, I hope that all good essence come your way.
Some crumbs running out into it. Come on, put them on.
And it's coming straight from my heart.
Hey, you mean?
Ooh, yes, my love, I wanna take this to the highest love. Whoa, to the highest mountains. That's what I do, because I can't stop loving you. Can't stop loving you, baby. You're a winner. Every man's calling your name. Truly a winner. Heading for the Hall of Fame. Go out and stage your claim. Baby, you won the game. It is your time to reign. Oh, baby. Growing up for you wasn't easy. They often call you names that would grieve me. I often wonder,
Steve Face. Oh yes.
they wanna make you cry. Couldn't understand it why. Oh, baby. Now you have grown into a beauty. Everywhere you go, every man I call you Miss Cutie Cutie. But you just stopped and smiled, holding your head up high. Baby, you've won the prize. A diamond in my eyes. You're a winner.
Oh yes.
Every man's calling your name. Truly a winner. Heading for the Hall of Fame. Go on and state your claim. Go down and state your claim. I thought I told you you're a work of art.
Oh yes.
Baby, you're number one, on top of my chart. But since of lately, your attitude has changed, and you don't smile no more. Baby, you're acting strange. Is there someone else sleeping in my bed? Oh, there's something that I need to know. This relationship has grown so cold. I don't know you no more. Baby, I know you no more. Oh, answer me.
To the star. Oh yes.
Baby, please answer me. Yeah.
Sure.
Baby,
Oh man, them artists. I said them artists run it.
oh yeah. I thought I told you you're a work of art. Baby, you're number one, on top of my chart. But since of lately, your attitude has changed, and you don't smile no more. Baby, you're acting strange. Is there someone else sleeping in my bed? Oh, there's something that I need to know. This relationship has grown so cold. I don't know you no more. Baby, I know you no more. Oh, answer me.
Oh yes.
Baby, please to me, yeah.
Right?
Hey, hey. Why can't you see? Why can't you see? Baby, please answer me. Oh, Lord. I wanna know, yes.
In the front row, screaming out your name when you sing those melodies.
UK.
That sounds sweet to me.
Inside the one, right
it's so
Song
it
across.
runs straight to my toes.
I guess I never saw you. No.
Oh yeah.
Too much people in the place I never knew. You felt it too. No.
Oh, Sandra, here I am right here, my dear.
Oh, Frankie, I'm so glad you came. It feels so right.
Feels alright. Now my dreams have come true,
August.
and I'm glad we are here. That we
Let's tune them my top. No. It's Mayday Frankie, Santa Claus.
I was in the front row, screaming out your name.
Say what?
You sing those melodies. That sounds sweet to me. How I love it so. It runs straight to my toes.
I guess I never saw you. No. Too much people in the place I never knew. You felt it too. No.
Oh, Sandra, here I am right here, my dear.
Oh, Frankie, I'm so glad you came. It feels so right.
Feels alright.
Ragga, come in, man.
Now my dreams have come true,
Oh yes.
and I'm glad we are here. That we Now she believes in fairy tales and storybooks of love. As she heard the sound of wedding bells, that's how she's thinking of. She's addicted to the pretty things like moon and stars above. My interest in her is genuine. She keeps me rising up as she turns the first page on the book like once upon a time. Some will say that she's a silly girl and it's all up in her mind. Then she said these words of poetry like love songs on rewind. Now she's standing up in front of me and her words don't seem to rhyme. She's a crazy little pretty girl. She speaks her words out loud, and as I remember everything, I know this girl somehow. Then I trace the steps back in my head to places where I've been. Now it's all so crystal clear because I've seen her in my dream. Dream girl, dream girl, dream girl. Baby girl, you rock my world. Dream girl, dream girl, dream girl. Girl, you rock my world. Now she believes in fairy tales and storybooks of love. As she heard the sound of wedding bells, that's how she's thinking of. She's addicted to the pretty things like moon and stars above. My interest in her is genuine. She keeps me rising up.
she turns the first page on the book like once upon a time. Some will say that she's a silly girl, and it's all up in her mind. Then she said these words of poetry like love songs on rewind. Now she's standing up in front of me, and her words don't seem to rhyme. She's a crazy little pretty girl. She speaks her words out loud, and as I remember everything, I know this girl somehow. Then I trace the steps back in my head to places where I've been. Now it's all so crystal clear because I've seen her in my dream. Dream girl, dream girl, dream girl. Baby girl, you rock my world. Dream girl, dream girl, dream girl. Girl, you rock my world. Dream girl, dream girl, dream girl.
Alright then, so the gap is.
Baby girl, you rock my
Alright.
world.
Alright, that's what I'm gappy there, you know. I'm gappy there, wicked gappy there, yeah? Serious, yeah? Rhythm! Lord Brown, walk one.
Yes, I'm happy in my own skin, ecstatic in the shade I'm in, yeah. Got no cause for complaining, giving thanks for all my blessings. I'm in love with life and with you, girl, in spite of my trials and my crosses. Yes, I'm thankful to the Most High Jah that I reached this far to live. Blessed in your glory, blessed in your glory, blessed in your glory. With my full appreciation to you, yeah. Throughout the days when I'm not at my bed, I'm never giving up on
Lord Brown, stick on
you. Throughout the days when I'm burdened with stress, I won't turn my back on you. Never giving up on you. Even when I think that my life is a mess, I'm never giving up on you. Never giving up on you. No matter what I want, I know I am there. I won't turn my back on you. Yes, I'm happy that I'm breathing, to see the beauty in its wondrous vision of the world and its people. Brings great joy to see we met with one
Ragga.
amongst I and I, amongst I and I, moving as a one people. Yes, I'm thankful to the Most High Jah that I reached this far to live. Blessed in your glory.
Oh yes.
Blessed in your glory.
Nice tune them tune there, yeah?
Blessed in your glory. With my full
Lord Brown, sing.
to you. Throughout the days when I'm not at my bed, I'm never giving up on you. Never giving up on you. Throughout the days when I'm burdened with stress, I won't turn my back on you. Never giving up on you. When I think that my life is a mess, I'm never giving up on you.
We may struggle with words to say and find it hard to walk away. Feel like trouble is here to stay, and you just wanna run away. And you feel like you've been through it all. In the struggles you've seen the falls, but one thing remains the same, that love's the only way. So how can we ever let go when we all know that I got full control? Just when you think about it, it all comes back to love, and there's no way around it. It comes right back round to love. When I think about it, it all comes back to love. No matter how you take it, it comes right back round to love. When it's right, it can't go wrong. Yeah. When it's right, you can't go wrong. Yeah, much too long we've been taking it for granted. Lost so many along the way. It's not the way God's are planned it. That so many would go astray. So how can we ever let go when we all know that I got full control? Just when you think about it, it all comes back to love, and there's no way around it. It comes right back round to love. When I think about it, it all comes back to love. No matter how you take it, it comes right back round to love. When it's right, you can't go wrong. Yeah, when it's right, you can't go wrong. So how do we ever let go when we all know that I got full control? Just when you think about it, it all comes back to love, and there's no way around it. It comes right back round to love. When I think about
Come along, my people, why must we fuss and fight? Underneath the pressure, not time to win your night. Worry's not the answer, it only can divide. Cause it needs other heart. Yeah, the story to our history is never black and white. There's so much confusion, who's all I know is right. But without that time, out the roads we'll never find the love we're looking for. Oh yeah. Look what the youth them are following. Their road in life can be challenging, so there must be a better way. No, we can't let them go astray. We have to show understanding when pressure becomes to them.
Salam Maxi. Peter nigga, you know. Peter nigga.
And there'll be a better day. Ignorance is ready to take over your life. If they wait to hatred, but is it justified? Take a moment before you take a knife. More reason than fake war. Yeah. War is a situation we never can deny. But the consequences to that can never.
Ragga, go
there must be a solution. I know we find.
Let's radio.
That's what we're looking for. Yeah. The peace we're looking for. Yeah. The peace we're looking for.
The thing is about relationships. You gotta work hard to stay in it. You gotta give it your heart and soul. And together just make those good times roll.
Bounce it, right? Bounce it.
So don't let no one come and mess with it.
It's like the bubblers selected there.
No one come and shred
Storm rhythm.
again. Just try and work it out. That's the best thing.
Oh yes.
Let no one come around and ruin it. Whether you fell in love, you did your thing. You played you straight, but true love came in, yeah. And now you reach that stage in your life. You wanna take your baby as
Last show before New Year. Alright. 2020 I come.
Cause it's true, she really loves you, yeah. Cause it's true, she really needs you, yeah. Every day, let life's all about ain't gonna fade away. No way. Coming up, cry over you again.
New Year football forward, yeah?
Cry over you again. Never will I lose my strength. Now cry over you again.
Playing your tricks on me. You play your tricks on me every day. Didn't you know that I would find out?
Oh, yes.
What you do in the dark will come to light, yeah.
Ragga coming.
Girl, I know that you're not my type.
Bless radio to the world.
You really didn't care for me. Well, loving someone else.
Come on.
Cause you play those tricks on me. I'm gonna play those tricks on you.
Set out them early balls to get right. Oh, yeah.
Playing your tricks on
Turn it real, man. Turn it up. Easy. Ragga coming, man.
You play your tricks on me every day. Didn't you know that I would find out? Yeah. What you do in the dark will come to light. Yeah. Girl, I know that you're not my type. You really didn't care for me. Cause you were loving someone else. Because you play those tricks on me. I'm gonna play those tricks on you. You really didn't care for me. Cause you were loving someone else. Because you play those tricks on me. I'm gonna play those tricks on you.
Hey, Leo. What you know, man? Storm Rhythm. Bubbles production, you know? Tell you.
Because you played it girl on me. I'm gonna play those tricks on you. Because you played me like a fool. I'm gonna play those tricks on you.
No, Ragga squeeze out a Masky production on him, man. Tell you, them Masky production money road right now. But over now, boy, no sound effects right there, so it's like, and don't know that take there. I did ask the engineer, but engineer, you know, boy, listen to that one here. This one, come on, you know, rhythm again, inside the early walls, you know. Yeah. Lady Leo's in the police. Yeah, see, everything turn up loud. Yeah. You know, yeah, but this having fun up in the building in the seats. You know what I mean? No, seriously, there's no sound effects right there. See? No, that's the best one, you know, because that's what everyone will beat off, you know. See? I tell you. Listen to that rhythm track here, man.
A serving of love, a serving of peace, and ingredients of harmony for humanity. A serving of love, a serving of peace.
Remember that rhythm there?
And ingredients of harmony for
humanity. Right, big up this lady round there inside the building, China Nicole, you know. Straight out of New York, you know. Lovely lady, lovely. I met this lady. I tell you. No, seriously, I met the lady, you know. She came over from West London. She just flew in, and then the producer looked at me and said, "I don't want to spot you," and she's singing. I said, "I don't know. I never said nothing to her, you know. We just met noise, you know. When I met noise, I met noise." You see, when you get excited when the tune up play, yeah, and she perform, she went like that. You see, that's funny. To give me a one touch and you see, and we like the tune. You see. Yeah. Well, no, I was in the place. I was in Portobello, you know. That's why I was watching that film. And when they mentioned that, remember that film in your Children's Culture Club? And I was round there. Yeah? All right. Yeah. That Leon, that lady Leon, I don't know, some fiction around here. Go on. You see? You're on the camera, yeah? You watching the camera? Yeah, don't do that thing, yeah? Let's try for the video for this.
Got no time for hatred, no time for jealous, no time for you. And if I war, then I war, and it gotta be only for the good. Too much talking about each other backstabbing. Turn it all around, 'cause everybody's got something to say. A serving of love, a serving of peace, and ingredients of harmony for humanity.
Yeah, man.
A serving,
Nasty production.
a serving of peace.
I can't wait for the JJ Barnes to sing on the rhythm. I've heard that piece there already. But look out for the video. China Nicole called Humanity. Yeah, man. I know everybody's gonna dig up Luciano and Freddie McGregor and Mikey Spice. I hear some of them already started already. They get this tune. It's ready before it release, you know? Ready again, right? Let's squeeze out our Blackstone. Listen.
Just one kiss.
2019 styling. Listen to me. You have been through the Leon.
Kiss me once, kiss me twice. You sugar and spice, and everything nice. Love me forever, and I'll be true.
My God, let me all sing.
You are an angel, and so divine. You are an angel, and you're mine, all mine. Love me forever, and I'll be true to you, girl. Angel of mercy,
It don't style it, man. 2019 style, you know. Oh, yes. You know this one, Leon? All right, then.
Queen Majesty,
Oh, yes.
may I speak to thee? So much have to speak to you alone. To I agree, I'm not a pure society. I'm not a king, just a minstrel.
Hey, Leon, make sure you play this in your show, yeah?
It's my soul.
You can fit it in? I know I'm not gospel, but, you know, you can play it in your show, yeah?
Just a minstrel. Life was so far apart. Royal queen, I see her.
Bless Radio. All right. Let me pack up mid-show. What a small pack, you know.
Queen Majesty, may I speak to thee? So much have to speak to you alone. True, I agree. I'm not a fearless society. I'm not a king, just a minstrel. With my songs to you, I sing. I'm just a minstrel. In life we're so.
All right, right up to the building. Squeeze.
Don't play games with me. Baby, please don't play no game with me. If you don't love me, baby, let me know. Don't play games with me. Don't play games with me. If you don't love me, you know my love is real. Lately you've been acting strange. I've been thinking maybe I don't understand. Even though I try and try. Don't play games with me. Don't play games with me. To understand. If you don't love me, you know it's so hard to love someone who don't show no emotion. How can I tell if you're still around? Yeah. Don't play games with me. You promise eternal love, but all I get in return is heartache and pain.
All right then. Hey, listen to style, you know. Let Leo was there when this tune make so, you know.
Baby, don't try it. Oh no. I'm coming up. Wait for me. Do you know what are the trees? Are the reason it grows? You might ask me all these questions, but darling, no one knows. It should be clear I really love you. Don't ask me why, I just do. Do you have to love who really loves you?
How so live? You like that version?
Sky is so blue. Cause that's the way nature planned it, keeping us together. Oh yeah. Cause that's the way nature planned it. Don't act me alone. I love you when you're gone, my baby. I'll never
Yeah, man. I wasn't like that when them tune was playing, you know.
for you.
I can stay in the yard. You know the way there? Well, lately
you and me together.
Rasta Pasta and it was raving.
cause that's the way nature and it.
Big age guy Friday. So read him up again. Listen to what lately I was there with this truth. You ever got this album, Got What It Takes? It's a big album, this.
It's the thin line between love and hate. It's a thin line between love and hate. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm just getting in. I knock on the door. I'm warm, sweet and low, said. She opened up the door, never once did she come straight to me. She said, are you hungry? Are you hungry, honey? Did you eat yet? Let me hand up your coat. The woman tells me, pass me your hand. All the time she's smiling, never once did she raise her voice. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I don't give it a second thought. It's a thin line between love and hate. It's a thin line. Don't think you can keep breaking a woman's heart, and she sits back and enjoys. It's a thin line. Yes it is. Yes it is. She may fool you one day. The sweetest woman in the world could be the nearest woman in the world. They may come that way. You keep on doing it. She keep on doing it. She might be loving something inside. Maybe hurt you one day. Here I am lying in the hospital. Instead of shouting that much from being there, didn't think my woman to do a thing like this to me. Didn't think a girl had the hair. But here I am, I guess. Actions speak louder than words. It's a between love and hate. Don't think you can keep treating your woman bad, and she will never get mad. It's a thin line. She's gonna fool you someday. She may fool you someday. Here I am telling the story. Land is from down to hell. That comes from big hair. I should be home only living instead, baby, baby, baby. It's a thin line. Yes it is. Yes it is. Yes it is. Yes it is. Now I know it. If I didn't know it before, baby, baby, I know it now. Oh, my baby.
It's just music, you know. Rastafari blessings. Rhythm.
Growing up from the ghetto, mama, raised by a single woman. Mama, papa was so young when I was a little you. Without no food to go yam in the ghetto, I say. Mama wish that your son would be a doctor. Mama wish that your son would be a pilot. But judge your Lord and his plans with your life. He will.
It's just music, you know. Rastafari blessings. Rhythm.
Growing up from the ghetto, mama, raised by a single woman. Mama, papa was so young when I was a little young. Without no food to go yam in the ghetto, I say. Mama wish that the son would be a doctor. Mama wish that the son would be a pilot. But judge your love let his plans with your life. He wish that one day I would be a psalmist, waiting for his kingdom. I say,
yes.
I am doing it for
Hello there in the building.
Rastafari.
Alright, ready up for them, man.
Rastafari, let your will be done. Let your will be done. It is you, Rastafari. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right now I'm nice. Some see the fire. But I'm ready, me I say, meditation is higher. I'm so alive. Right now I'm mad. But I'm ready, me I say, meditation is higher. I'm rolling.
The world seems like it's turned upside down. I just drop from the earth, the mirror and the grabber. Spark up the lighter, burn the holy fire. Then me get high, all I met with the creator. Me not joke a smoker, not take no coca. One
6 to 8 p.m. Lady Leon, Children's Cultural Film Club. Every second Saturday of the month. Children £4, adults free.
But I'm ready, me I say, meditation is higher. I'm so alive. Right now I'm mad. But I'm ready, me I say, meditation is higher. I'm rolling up. Now criticize me when you see the puff. Me and MJ, that's a reason up. Lately I've been going through a lot of stuff. In my life, me have to say it's rough. Working so hard just to build my stash. Brother bills come and just take it that. Then I got a lady that I call my own. Say we not spend enough time alone. Days like these I really wanna be alone. Me and Mary J for console my soul. I have to take a break for I lose control. Right now I'm nice. Some see the
Alright, let's squeeze a couple more. Lady Leo there. Inside.
oh jeez. Do it, Jah. Good vibe. We're cutting out the hatred, the malice and the pride. Yes, bless. So me tell you, say, no problem. Though we living at the ghetto, facing pressure, still we bless. No problem. From you no mix up in a bangarang, there's no time to stress. No problem. Faith in a job. Oh, geez. Do it, Jah. Good vibe. We're cutting out the hatred, the malice and the pride. Yes, bless. So me tell you, say, no problem. Though we living at the ghetto, facing pressure, still we bless. No problem. From you no mix up in a bangarang, there's no time to stress. No problem. Faith in a Jah, make you overcome the struggles and the tests. A helping and you got to lend to your brother or your friend. Pull them out of the mess, yes. Well, more time we down and we out and broke and we have no money, but we still give thanks. Praises for
oh yeah.
Call me one black pants. No for try circulate with bad energy, me tell them to keep them distance.
Hold on, no.
Nah, make no bad.
No, still on this.
Focus. Anywhere me go and anywhere me step, this signal keep it positive.
Oh.
Can't mix with the negative because that's not the way we live. This is what me sure about. If you believe in a job, that's the
good reflex there, Leo. Easy.
Me tell you, say, no problem. Though we live in a the ghetto, facing pressure, still we bless. No problem.
Oh yes.
From you no mix up
a busy signal.
And there's no time to stress. No problem. Faith in a Jah, make you overcome the struggles and the tests. A helping and you got to lend to your brother or your friend. When we saying my going out and coming in, Jah, I beg you feel me from within. Help me, Jah. Check it. Every day I wanna walk with Lord.
Gonna London now. Easy. Randy Valentine. Where the beats are like water. Easy.
Make it fun. Let it shine. Everybody.
Sure, them trying to beat hard in Jamaica. A real Randy Valentine. Listen them bones there. Like they know the head. Yeah? Right. Oh yes.
I beg you feel me from within. Check it. Every day I wanna walk with love. Beg you, Jaja, fill my heart with love. If I talk, then make a talk with love. Beg you, Jaja, fill my heart. Well, I love to rain. Let it come. Love the rivers and how they run. Love the sun. Make it fun. Let it shine for everyone. Love your life. It is yours. Love the children. Cause I'm sure they're the future as I was. Love is lovely and love is love. And every day I wanna walk with love. Beg you, Jaja, fill my heart with love. If I talk, then make a talk with love. Beg you, Jaja, fill my heart. I beg you, Jaja, fill my heart with love. Oh, help me, Jaja, fill my heart with love. So I can spread it in a Kingston town, and take it, spread it in a London again. I love spreading
I
love
tell you.
all around the globe.
Alright.
I love spreading love all my friends.
Hold on. Easy. Light up. Inside the building. So this is easy bouncing. Yeah. Alright then, you know. I didn't think there's no ads, but you know, it is a rock and come in and you see it. Yeah, Lady Leo there. Don't worry, we just bounce easy and sing. Da 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 da. Leo's just looking at me. What go on, Leo? Go on, just play, Leo. Just play your thing over there, so. Now I'm gonna hand you over to the Gold Onyx sound system. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know that big production on sound system where them I mash up the place now. You know, oh, watch out for them. See? All right then. So, Lady Leo in the place. I can't see no call DJ Supreme around here. So, because he said he's the baddest. He's my representative. See, but Lady Leo, the boss, there. Go, ready. Can't hear the bass line, but she's dancing. I don't know how that will work. Oh boy. Lady Leo. Lady Leo. You see, I had the right bass line in the tour. Leo just engineered the standing there and looking at me. Yeah. Ready up for it. Lady Leo. Lady Leah, Lady Leah, Lady Leah. Hey, hey, hey. We're there, man. The mic's on. Everything's on. Echo there. Right? Is it? Lady Leah's ready. I know she's ready to record this, you know. No, I know the street around there, so but I know how, you know how long she's been waiting for that voice then. Them voices are expensive, you know, my boy. Lady Leo said L-E-O. Right? Intro to the community information show. Oh. We should tune in. Don't you think so? No worry about it. We're just warming up now. Party to start now, you know. Dance to start. We all the Lady Leah listeners just tune in. We're having fun. Right about now.
One get treat like movie star, sip champagne and eat caviar. When she a moving her expensive car, Benz, Lexus and Jaguar. Yeah man, this is Pump Stand straight out of Antigua. Big it up Lady Leo, you hear?
L-E-O-O, you know, no, that's Leo, Lady Leo, yeah.
Also hosts the Children's Cultural Film Club every second Saturday of the month. Children £4, adults free. For all the family. For more information, visit goldonyx.co.uk.
And now it's time for the Lady Leo with the Community Information Show. Hey, this is information for everyone. This is information for everyone. Hey, this is information for everyone. Hey, this is information for everyone. Hey, this is information for everyone.
Yes, I'm here. We are here, me, myself, and the glorious I. I want to say a warm welcome to you and you and you and you, and also you over there. I want to say thanks to the Most High for your grace, for your love, for your health, strength, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, food, drink that you have lavished onto us, the air, sun, everything that you've given. Thank you. I want to say thank you to the Omnipotent One, Mother Earth, Anna Ray, the Divine Mother, whatever name you are used to hearing. I want to say thank you. Also want to say thank you to the engineers and the management of blessradio.co.uk. This is the very last show, the community information show for this year. And I want to say thank you to you, the listeners. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has taken part over the year and over the 2.5 years to help the community information to grow stronger and stronger. I know sometimes we carry on with foolishness, sometimes we're serious, but it's all good, isn't it? It's all good because I'm still here. That's why I know it's all good. Otherwise, if it wasn't good, I wouldn't be still here. Anyway, where have I been? Oh my gosh, where have I been since last week, Friday, when you heard from me? First of all, last week Saturday, I attended the Birth of the Griots last session for 2019. That was wonderful. Oh my gosh, we had wonderful performers down there doing their storytelling. Return of the Griot is a storytelling forum, poetry and short stories and things like that. I want to say hi to Aishinga, Beloved, also Prince Zaya, and who else was down there? Yes, Griot Chinieri. I want to say hi to all the participants who was down there. It was really interactive. A lot of call and response. And did you miss it? You missed it? My God, you missed it. It was a wonderful. You know, if you were feeling down before you went in there, by the time you left, you were elated. I'm telling you, because that's what happened to me. I was so lifted. Yes, lifted. It's a really great event. I will be definitely letting you know when there's more. They do it monthly, so as soon as we get the date set for the next one in January, I will let you know. All right. So that was down there at the Tottenham Sports Centre down there in the Tottenham area. That's Return of the Griot. Want to say wonderful, spectacular dedication to Kwanzaa and things like that. That was down there. That was Saturday. Sunday, I had a rest. Monday, wow. Monday was so magnificent looking back on it. I attended the launch of the African Caribbean Elders dinner. Remember I was telling you about that all week, all for the previous weeks, that there's going to be an African Caribbean Elders project luncheon club. Well, they had their launch, and I'll tell you, the place was rampacked. On their launch, you know, the place was rampacked. So many elders in the place, coming from all over the place. Tottenham, Edmonton, Holloway, it's all over. We had elders coming down for the launch, and obviously it had a Christmas theme to it. But what I loved about that event was having so many elders in one place enjoying themselves. And what happened was the person who was meant to do the entertainment and music didn't turn up, which was sad. But in a way, looking back on it, it was glad, because the way the elders got up and contributed to the afternoon, it was magnificent. We had different voices, high voices singing, low voices singing, deep voices. It was wonderful. Everybody singing all different kind of songs from way back when. Some I never even heard of, some I've heard of. It was magnificent. As I said to you before, it was magnificent. Our elders, congratulations. You know, I want to say warm respect to the group that put that on, Desiree and her group. looking forward to plenty more, and I will be popping into the actual luncheon club when it starts. It's supposed to start, I think, around the 21st of January. I've got the leaflet in my bag, and so I will read that out for you and give you some more information about that. But given the fact that the place was packed up, they might need a bigger venue already. We don't know, but next year they can't keep their Christmas party there, because by the time they tell their friends about the wonderful time that they've had and everybody doubles up, that place will be chock-a-blocker. It was really good. I liked, I want to say hi to Kofi. He came down there, Kofi Leo. He came down there and done some entertainment as well with his scarf. They were using it for the limbo dancing. That was very good. Also, there was another woman, I can't remember her name. She was she runs a dance class of all ages, and we had some of the elders on the stage dancing. We had people doing contemporary dance. I mean, I don't know if it was contemporary dance or what, but we had 3 people doing some dances. Oh my gosh. And I want to pick up Auntie Jean, also Ras Prince. I didn't know you could do them kind of dances, but you know, it was such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful early session. It finished at 8 o'clock, so that was plenty of time for the elders to go home afterwards, and you know, safely, and you know, not out too late. So wonderful, wonderful afternoon. You missed it. You missed it. Mind you, not all of you are elders, but don't matter. You missed it. You know, you missed it. But it was really, really good. And then where else did I go? That was Monday. What day is it now? What day? It's Friday. Monday. So Tuesday, I don't think I did anything. Wednesday, I didn't do anything. Thursday. What day is it? Yeah, Thursday. Thursday was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I went down to the Pan-African Congress Movement Kwanzaa session. So that was another wonderful place. You know, Kwanzaa's about the children, and you know, there are quite a few bits of children down there. I love the way that the children came up and took part in the lighting of the candle ceremony, and the reading that these young children were doing. Magnificent. Anyway, that was how I spent my week since you've last seen me. How did you spend your week? You know, today I've not put anything together for the show on purpose. I thought, let it run its course. If you don't want to phone in, because sometimes you don't say to me that I do so much talking, you're not quite sure when to call in. Yes, I hear that, because it is practically a speech-based show, and there's a lot of reading out and sharing views and whatever. But if you want to take part in today's show, you can. Yes, you can. 07944 431366. 07944 431366. And we've got Ragga D still in the studio. He's going to hang around. You know why? He's going to hang. He's waiting for his rum cake. He's waiting for his rum cake. Anyway, so 07944 431366. If you want to phone in and just tell us what year you've had, how it's been for you, what it's been for you, any of your highlights. I've got quite a few highlights for myself, but I'm not going to. The show's not all about me, but if nobody else phones, I will tell you all about me, and tell you some of the highlights that I've had for this year. It's been twofold. It's been a very stressful and traumatic year for me. On the other hand, it's been very entertaining and productive for me. So I will share that with you if you want me to, whether you want me to or not. Anyway, this is a community information show. For those of you who locked on for the first time, welcome. And where have you been all this time? Where have you been? Anyway, the community information show, as I said before, is practically a speech-based show. It's a show where we just tend to read out what's on the leaflets for local community groups, and you know, even some of them are far, because I remember reading out some leaflets to do with things that's going on in Jamaica the other day, events that was going on in Jamaica and various other places. So wherever the news comes in, I'll read it out. So this is a community information show, and it's in the community information show. Anyway, what I will share with you, you know, it's going to be a funny day today. It's going to be a funny day, I tell you. Going back to the Caribbean elders, just want to let you know that the African Caribbean Elders Project, 60 plus, they're going to do their luncheon club on the 21st of, starting the 21st. It's going to be every Tuesday from 12 to 3 p.m. That's every Tuesday from 12 to 3 p.m. It says, come and meet new friends in a friendly environment. And this is going to take place at the Gowan Centre, Keston Road, London, N17 6PW. That's down there in the Tottenham area. It's £3.50 for members, £5 for non-members. So my suggestion to you is to become a member, because currently membership, I believe, is free. If it changes, I'll let you know. It says, enjoy a 3-course meal, including tea and coffee. And information, for more information, 07399 241 783. That's 07399 241 783. Have you been observing Kwanzaa this season? Have you been observing Christmas? Is there anything you want to share, tell, or whatever? It's your show, you know. And this is the one time that you get a chance to phone in and tell me all that you want to tell me, and share with the rest of the community listeners, north, east, south, and west, wherever they may be. And yeah, it's all about you at the moment, all about you. But you know what I'm going to do now? Let me go over to a speech here. This speech I want to share with you is from our Right Honourable Marcus Garvey, and it's just a reminder of how we are supposed to be, how we're supposed to be living and conducting ourselves in respect of nation building, because this is what this show is all about as well. It's about nation building. It's about bringing families together, bringing communities together, to build our nation. So take a listen to these wise words from Marcus Garvey.
Because God and nature first made us what we are. And out of to lead the millions up the heights and the triumph that you well know. Look for me in a whirlwind or a storm. Look for me around you, for with God's grace, I shall come back with countless millions of black men and women who have died in America, those who have died in the West Indies, and those who have died in Africa, to aid you in the fight for liberty, freedom, and life. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own to make ourselves free men. Our great scholars, having passed through the colleges, the universities, have thrown away the blessed record. Babylon did it. Assyria did it. France under Napoleon did it. Germany under Prince von Bismarck did it. England under America under George Washington did it. Africa with 400 million black people can do it. If you cannot do it, if you are not prepared to do it, then you will die. You race of cowards, you race of imbeciles, you race of good for nothing. If you cannot do what other men have done, what other nations have done, what other races have done, then you have better die. Can we do it? We can do it. We shall do it. We have prayed to God for vision and for leadership. And He has given us a universal vision. A vision that will not limit our possibilities to America. A vision that will not limit our possibilities to the West Indies, but a vision that said there must be a free and redeemed Africa. Christ the crucified, Christ the despised. We appeal to you for help, for succor, for leadership. When you endeavor to carry your burden up the heights of Calvary, when white men scorned you, when white men scorned you, when white men spat upon you, When white men pierced your side out of which blood and water got sport, it was a black man in the name of Simon the Syrian who took your cross and bore it up the heights of Calvary. And now that we are bearing our burden, it being so heavy, we just ask that you just help us on up the heights. Oh yes, the cause is grand, the cause is glory. Surely we shall not turn back. Oh, sail on, sail on, sail on, almighty ship of state, sail on until the flag of the red, the black, and the green is perched upon the hills of their Africa. Because the time has come for the black man to forget his hero worship of other races and to create and emulate heroes of his own. We must canonize our own saints, create our own martyrs, and elevate the positions of fame and honor black men and women who have made a distinct contribution to our racial history. Sojourner Truth is worthy of a place of sainthood alongside the Joan of Arc. Crispus Attucks and George William Gordon are entitled to the halo of martyrdom with no less glory than the martyrs of any other race. Toussaint Louverture's brilliancy as a soldier or a statesman outshone that of any other people. Hence he's entitled to the highest place as a hero among men. Because Africa's created millions and countless millions of black men and women in war and peace, whose luster and bravery outshone that of any other people. So why not see good and perfection in ourselves? We must inspire our literature and promulgate the doctrine of our own without any apologies to the powers that be. That's right, it's ours and God. Let sentiments and cross opinions go to the winds. We are entitled to our own opinions and are not obligated to or bound by the opinions of others. If others laugh at you, return the laughter to them. If they mimic you, return the compliment with equal force. Because they have no more right to dishonor, discredit you in manhood than you have in dealing with them. Honor them when they honor you. Disrespect and disregard them when they vilely treat you. Their arrogance is but skin deep, an assumption that has no foundation in morals or in law. They have sprung from the same family tree of obscurity as we have. Their history is as rude in its primitiveness as ours. Their ancestors were running wild in living in trees of branches like monkeys as ours. They made human sacrifices, ate the flesh of their own dead and wild meat from beasts for centuries, even as they have accused us of doing. Their cannibalism is more prolonged than ours. When we were embracing the banks of the Nile, they were still drinking blood out of the skulls of their conquered dead. After our civilization had reached the noonday of progress, they were still living in holes with bats, rats, and other insects and animals. After we had already unfathomed the mystery of the stars and reduced the heavenly constellation to minute and regular calculus, there were still backwoodsmen living in ignorance and in blatant darkness. The world is indebted to us for the benefits of civilization. They stole our arts and sciences from Africa. Then why should we be ashamed of ourselves? Their modern improvement
Yes. That was our Right Honourable Marcus Garvey there, just giving us some tips as to how we how we can be.
Yeah.
What are you wanting about? You stay over there. Wait a minute. How we should be living. As you know, Ragga D's here because you know he's waiting for his
you know why?
His rum cake.
No, you know why? Because you know what you usually do.
Don't tell the people my business.
No, because you already done it halfway anyway, and they would have caught you out anyway. So I don't have to say nothing.
You know, you're telling everybody my business anyway. How are you? You're staying behind because I know you're eagerly waiting for the rum cake, such as myself. But
no, but I like to sit with you.
I know you do. I know.
You know what I mean? I love your company. You know. You know.
So how has this year? I mean, we just got a couple more days. I think it's about 4 more days for this year. How, looking back on it, how has this year been for you? You know, in terms of whatever, anything.
Well, for me, it's been good, and you know, but don't worry, because they echo me. Yeah, you turn me down it.
No, just the echo.
Oh, see.
I think.
You sure? Yeah, hold on. I can't even see myself speaking.
You can't see yourself speaking?
Oh, yeah. Now
is that better? Yeah. You see,
Now, I'm looking over there and I can see it.
That's why I say, listeners, I know I've been on radio for a long, long, long time, but when it comes to all these magnificent buttons here, I don't even know which one to be turning or whatever. That's why 9 times out of 10 I just leave it as it is. But I'm sure the listeners can hear you.
Yeah. Now I can hear myself and I can see it.
That's good.
Because sometimes I don't want to be peeking in the red and I sound distorted. You see. No, but I'm saying this year it's been interesting learning different things and meeting people. So it's not just like me being in the music thing, outside the music thing, and so I've been visiting places and meeting. So like I went to not just the bike shop I'm usually at, I went to a next one, and they donated some money to the centre I go called Wintfield Centre.
You want to big up everybody from there?
Yeah, man, big up everyone from the Wintfield Centre, and the bike shop down at Palmer's Green. Watching the bike shop down at Palmer's Green is a different atmosphere. They do knitting down there as well, and sing. And when you're around our own nation of colour, and some people seem to fight about women are not allowed to do fixed bicycles. Yeah, so that's why I had to go around and see what I go on for myself. And
is that why you ended up working there? Because you saw a woman working there?
No.
Okay.
I've been doing bikes for a long time, really, but it's not come to the forefront in London, like kind of on and off. Because I learned it in Redder Hill College, and I see a white lady was there with us and one guy there. But since I come to Tottenham and you sometimes you talk to the elders and you have when you have a discussion about certain things and say women can do this and that, and it's like they start get upset and start having women are not allowed to play music. Like, we didn't allow women them down there. And then when I mentioned about bicycles, I was like, no, not allowed to fix bicycles. So I was lucky. I was invited to go to the bike shop, and they showed me their hands and all them things. But I learned a lot of quite a few things. With us disability people, we went down there and we went to go and get the donation what they sent to us. And all them things there. But it's nice, and plus learning with your what do you call it, Children's Culture Club.
Yes, I want to thank you because you've brought quite a few people into the Children's Culture Film Club, and you've attended regularly, even though sometimes you come there to snore. But even but the fact is, the main thing is that nobody can't say you weren't there. You know what I mean? So I want to thank you for your support in that respect. So thank you very much.
I'm trying to do when you're trying to do so much things on that side of the public, and then on the other side, the personal side, and everything catch up on you.
That's right. It does.
And I'm trying to keep up, and it's not like on the weekend I don't even go out raving like I used to, hard, and because I'm too busy helping other people like my mum and things like that. So. And then I come and help you, and I come and help people on the radio.
Yeah.
Or the radios.
It's funny because, there's a lot of radio DJs, but there's not a lot of community radio DJs. And for me, community radio DJs isn't a DJ on a community radio station. It's someone who has the community's interest at heart, and I want to thank you for that, because I can say that about you to respect, because I've seen you at certain, not just my functions, but other people's functions, helping around and even just bringing people, and like I keep saying, week in, week out, these services and these events that people put on, they're there for you, and sometimes as a community organizer, you don't even make no money out of it. You're just doing it for the love of your people, and you know that it needs to be done. So attend these so that they can keep going, I just want to give a shout out to Colin and your sister. Hope she gets better soon. And thank you for your support and listening ears throughout this year. This year. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, go on, continue.
No, but plus, like not just that. I do help people, with little technical thoughts. So if I said, if I'm at home, I say, yo, Lady Leo, the mind our work, rare tear, and all them thing there. Not just you, but other people, and because some people things are starting to change. Cause not everyone's playing from the studio; they're playing from home. I said, hold on, your mind now. I said, all right, who's there? Who got there to help you? That. So they thanks for the help. Where sometimes I sit back and I say, hold on, you got a lot of friends around here, but I don't know if them real. Cause then I tell you why I go on. You see, and it's like, yeah. I don't know if they don't know how to explain, and there's all and they're presenters like myself and you, them things there. You see, and that's what I say. I try and help as much as I can, and then and then try and find time for myself when I can, when I can. You see, so.
What plans do you have for next year? I mean, I know I've got some that I will share with the listeners, but what plans do you have for next year in terms of continuing community work and what we do here on Bless Radio for the people?
Well, we can try and help promote a bit more the Bless Radio. I know it's hard with some people, don't know how to use the phone and the laptop, and because they're still fighting it, Some people are fighting it. Even if I tell my mum I'm going radio, she's looking at it, but
I can't hear you. What are you telling me for?
No, well, because she wants to know where I'm going everywhere. So, all them things, but it is hard. And sometimes it's like, it's like Christmas Day. I went round to my grandma's house, and my granny don't really play radio. And I went in the house and I came up with my sister's car, and I was like, I'm hearing this reggae music thumping, and I'm thinking it's my auntie in there as well, and all these things, and I go and look in the front room, and
Granny.
Granny's got on one of our local stations there. I play, and it's like, hold on. My mom's asking, where you find that station? me just find it,
Well, a lot of our elders do. Our elders are more into listening to the radio than going on the internet. So don't worry about that,
But my granny's 84 and she don't really play music, Because every time I go around there, the music's not playing, it's the TV, Coronation Street and thing, and she's got 2 stereo dudes. She's got the old school metal stereo, them, with all the bits and pieces, the analog and this and that. It's like, rah, and then she got this next one. I was like, rah. I was like, yeah.
But she gets it to listen to what she wants to listen to it, though.
Yeah, well, she was playing the little one there, and it's like, I said, I'm on that station still, Granny, so you can catch me around there. You see it. So, but, it was all different, interesting to see things for myself. So, because I like to go out and learn. I don't know, I can't do sitting in the house, not unless something have to be really good on TV or playing my deck them and sort out my music. But apart from that, we'll go out and learn, because we never stop learning until we get a certain age or.
No, we learn up until we can't learn no more. As long as our brains are and we've got our faculties and they're working properly, we can learn. We can learn lots of different things.
And then as we like to meet other people, I like to try and bring other people to your church or culture club when they can make it, and I know certain people have their grandchildren live with them, and there's a lot of them, and I'm trying to get a certain age forward, and it is hard, and it depends, the car's not big enough, and all the thing there, so cause we're trying to make the thing grow as well.
And in saying that, I want to give a big warm thank you to everybody who has passed through the Children's Cultural Film Club at some point, and just to remind you, it runs every second Saturday of the month, once a month, on the second Saturday. And you don't necessarily have to have children to come. We're not going to turn you away if you want to come on your own. We have had elders come on their own, adults come on their own. It's not a problem, because we know that this is the only, we believe, because we've done research in the past, not of late, only regular children's film club that runs monthly, So thank you very much for your support in that area. Yeah, in terms of attending the Children's Culture Film Club, we're still at Tea Chances, and the next one should be the second Saturday of the month. I can't remember the date off the top of my head, but you look on the calendar and you see what the second date is, and then you will know what day is. But I will tell you more later, nearer the time. Right now we're just looking at wrapping up 2019. It has been a spectacular year in some things. One of my highlights, and I know you wasn't at this particular event, it was the Pan-African Sports Day down there in South London, and that was where the Saturday schools come together and do racing, relay, all sorts of things. But we had a really good time sectioning off part of the park to do our sports day, and it was, there's so many people there. There was like our Cableland revivalist movement. They were there. Their school is called the Al Cableland Centre of Excellence, or School of Excellence. We also had the Africa Bantu Saturday School. We had the Nation of Islam pass down. Remember I was telling you back in June? They passed down to just give a talk. But when they saw what was going on, they wanted to take part in the races, and they warned us, watch out for next year, because we're going to be training for the whole year. So Nation of Islam will be there next year. I will definitely let you know if you're part of a Saturday school. I mean, Gold Onyx joined last year at lastminute.com, so we didn't have a full team. But no, I didn't get a chance to run. I got ready. I remember this. I got ready to run. I remember I took my inhaler, put on my trainers, got myself ready, registered our name, and they said that there's no women running, no of the women's age group running, which is a bit sad. So I said, never mind then. But what I should have done, I should have ran in. Our race should have run, because it would have bumped up our points anyway. But we had a good time. So if you have a Saturday school or a club or a group and you want to take part in the Pan-African Cultural Sports Day, stay tuned. Stay tuned to the Community Information Show, and I'll give you more information. Haven't got the leaflet here, haven't got the details here today, but that is something to look at for next year. Do you remember? Well, and if you're not sure, if you go on the website, you can find Al Cableland and ring them up. You can ring up Africa Bantu Saturday School, ring them up, any of the Saturday schools. And also, if you go on to the NABS, National Association of Black Supplementary Schools, they'll also have information as well about this Pan-African Sports Day, because that's what they're there for, to support the Saturday schools. So our rum cake has just arrived, folks. Anyway, leave that there. What else? What else? Another highlight that I had was there's quite a few different. What highlights have you had? The Gold Onyx Christmas, not Christmas, we don't celebrate. Gold Onyx Children's Cultural Film Club 10th anniversary. That was another highlight.
Yeah, man.
You was there for that one. That was a really glorious event.
You tried to run after me.
It's really cool. No, don't make listeners think I was running after you. You were going and you was being rude. You didn't say goodbye. So I was trying to find out where you were going. That's what it was, listeners. This is how he could make a big... But I tried to run after him, trying to make it sound like anything that is not, So that was another good community event.
You weren't just the only one. So.
Well, there's quite a number of different highlights we've had this year. What about yourself? Any more?
Well, I did try to go to the gym, but I got sidetracked.
That's not a highlight, then, is it?
And then, because I was doing so much thing, and then
we had 365 days, and you tried to go to the gym.
No, I did go some of the time, though, but, summertime where the bike shop in the Jewish had me away.
Listeners, if you have a comment to make on that,
had me away.
The whole year he's been trying.
I did go. Don't get twisted. I did go, but like that and other things, and then helping you. It was like, hold on. Now I'm gonna have to start going next year to do this running. If I might join, you see, and me and you're gonna start run around the park, and
let me just pick up some people who...
We get a whole group of us, yeah?
Yeah, you know...
Get Natty, Leon. Imagine Supreme. And
I think you overstepped your marking now. I don't want this show cancelled, you know what I mean? So behave yourself. You know what I do at this time? I want to give a shout out to all those throughout the year who's come in, phoned in with a specific topic in terms of the interviews. And I've got a list here. I want to say in the 18th of January, we had Mario. He was talking about an event that he had, which was the Jean Jacques Dessalines Foundation UK. It was a vigil for victims of the Haiti earthquake. We also had Orville phoned in regarding nation building and finance. And we were talking about the saving jars. Oh, yeah, what happened to your saving jars? Are they full and running over? You know, you got all this money to spend at Christmas. Oh, that would be lovely to hear people's feedback on that. We also had Sharon Hall in February talking about her service, ITIL Connections, which I know is still going and is going on quite well. We also had King Lion and DJ Supreme on the 8th of February. Their topic was being powerful. On the 15th of February, we had Ken Hines in. He was talking about services, Haringey Independent Stop and Search Monitoring Group. It's good to look back and see what we've been talking about over the year. We also had Cheryl Phoenix phoning in about the event, the Black Children's Agenda, and also, yes, the Bridge Park Complex, when we had to go to court to see if we have a case see if there was a case to be answered, and we won that. There was a case to be answered, so I don't know what's happened since, because I haven't been on it as much as I was, but I'm sure that they'll get a date and they'll tell us about the date whenever they're going to court. That was Brent Council trying to take away the Bridge Park Complex. We also had Samantha Greaves in. She was talking about services for Sickle Cell Support Group, and that was in March. Chima Ezekuku talking about the books and his workshop, Snakes Amongst Shadows and also the Mechanical Adventure Workshop Part 3. We had an interview with Dr. Mumbai. Remember the interview with Dr. Mumbai? The one that does Wake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up, Africa. Yeah, she was over here in March, and we had a lovely, wonderful interview with her. We also had representatives from the House of Amu in. They were talking about their African Heritage Writers Group Sisters in the House event. We had Nanette Walters in April. Her event was a art exhibition that she's done, and it was titled Call Me By My Name. Down to June, we had Brother Minka from the from the Africa Bantu Saturday School, and that's it. That's when we did the cultural sports day that I was just talking about. That was back in June. He came in the 14th of June, and we had Brother Anu Bu and Un from the Holy Coptic Church. They were talking about their cultural day, and that was also in June. In July, Chima came back again to tell us about his mechanical workshop number 4, and he also talked about his book again, Snakes Amongst Shadows. We had the Hackney Writers Heritage Group in. That was in the 26th of July. Talking about the works that they were doing in the community. And we also had Prince Eddie in with Kirsty, and they were doing a little thing about the family, and they called it the family reasoning, la famille reasoning, the French way of saying it. We also had Melanik Shabazz in August. That's the film producer, talking about his film. At the time then, it was like the forthcoming film, Pharaoh's Unveiled, but now it's in circulation. He's done a number, I think over 10 different screenings of that film up and down the country, and there's also the videos on sale, which is at $12.99, I think it is. So that's the film Pharaoh's Unveiled. Very good, very interesting. We also had Viv talking about her organization, roomswehave.com. Yes, if you go on their website, that's if you're looking for rooms, not just in England. She's got some in Egypt, Barbados, Jamaica, and somewhere else out of England. So well done to you, growing. We had Teresa Hatchett in, that's at September. She had an event called Women of Wisdom, and that was a good event. I remember going to that event. I was actually feeling not to go, but because I took my fast self and said on the radio that I want to be going, I had to go. And because obviously you don't want to know what it was about. And I remember I was actually feeling down that day, but nonetheless I scraped myself and drove all the way down there, got there, and when leaving there I felt so lifted, so elevated. So that was a wonderful event. Remember, she said she's going to do Men of Wisdom as well. So we're going to wait to see how that turns out. But the Women of Wisdom event, that was a highlight for me, I must say. There were some days that I was missing. Yeah, quite a few days I was missing towards the latter part of the year. I remember one of them was because I went to help out the Newham, I think it's Rights and Equalities in Newham showcase they had in October with the young people performing and things like that. It was very, very good. We also had in November Yusufo Jolla, the Cowfoot Prince. He came in to talk about his one cowrie shell show. Sounds like a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? That was a very good event that he put on there with different storytellers, West African storytellers. That was very good. And I think he had one guy from Antigua in the crew, so that was really, really good. We also had Kasheni talking about the ceremony of the spheres. That was in November as well. And then we had a lovely show where we interviewed Astamari with the Abundance Centre, and he talked about the paper Unified Knowledge Approach to Education. And since that show, you all hear him on a Monday night, I think it's 10 till 12. He has his own show now, which is wonderful. We then had 6th of December, we had Herbsman. He lives in Australia. He was over here for a bereavement, and we had a show. He was talking about health. That's it. Health and eating natural foods and things like that, a natural way of living that's conducive to the African body, or should I say African temple. And that's it. That's it for we had quite a few different people come in with quite a few different pieces of information, but it's all on the community vibe. Next year we're looking forward to anybody else that has anything that they're starting, doing and wanting to do in relation to nation building. We're always here to help and support, because that's what the Community Information Show is about. You look like you want to say something. Go on.
No. We're cool, man.
Okay, you're cool. Yes. So I want to say thanks to all of those who took part, and there might have been one or two that might have just called in for a couple of minutes and whatever. I want to say thank you for your phone calls. Everything is always wonderfully received here, because it all helps with the continuation of the Community Information Show. I know that the Community Information Show might be a bit different. I remember when I first started the Community Information Show way back in I think it must have been 96. I think it was when I first started, and in that time I think we weren't so familiar with speech-based shows. And I remember I used to get a lot of calls, when are you going to play music? And I remember the first show I had was only 60 minutes long, 1 hour, and I still have people ringing in and asking me, where's the music, But since then, if you look on the FM dial, there's lots of speech-based shows. People have received it well, because I think a lot of knowledge is passed, and I think that sometimes you don't even hear some of the things going on these days unless you have a show like this. Mind you, with WhatsApp and social media, it has made pick things up a lot better in terms of communicating, because now you're even able to communicate with people abroad in no space of time. So that's wonderful as well. All this talking. My mouth is so dry now. My mouth dry. The Community Information Show will only be here for as long as you allow it to be, and that's because obviously you'll have to contribute to the show from time to time in order to allow it to flourish and grow. Yeah. Let me see if I can find something nice to play, because all this talk. that we was just talking about, it might be a bit too much for some of them. You know who I'm looking for? What's her name? Itana, because I like the way that young lady sings. She's got such a lovely voice. So if I can find her track, I will definitely play it for you and share that with you, because she's got a nice voice and nice lyrics. So that's Itana, and she's
I was born strong. I was made for this. See, I met so many hard times when I thought I couldn't make it. See, I've had my trials when my pillows dried my eyes. Then the morning came and my wings took flight. I rise, see, I'm hurting but not broken, down but I won't die. I rise, soon I will reach the sky and still I rise. Some say it's a mystery how I still believe that in spite of all I've been through, I could still push the wheel. See, I have a power they can't see with their eyes. It's a little thing called faith that makes broken wings fly. I rise, no, I'm hurting but not broken, down but I won't die. I rise, soon I will reach the sky and still I rise. Who can understand when just an ordinary man defies the odds and still fights on to win? I can take it, I can make it. I rise, see, I'm hurting but not broken, down but I won't die. I rise, soon I will reach the sky and still I rise, see, I'm hurting but not broken, down but I won't die. I rise, soon I will reach the sky and still I rise.
yes, we're here. We're here. Listen, management. Shh. Got management running up their mat behind me. You know.
You might as well get Ron Punch,
Take your cake now. Take your cake.
Oh, I'm so sorry, listeners. I know you can't hear him, but he's really going in. He's in fourth gear at the moment. Honestly, it's something else. Anyway, trying to ignore him. I thought, let me share some cake with management. You know, and the mat is still going. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. You know, it's always good to give thanks and praises to, not so much praise, but respect those who have helped you helped out along the way. And you know, Dennis Brown's got a tune, "No Man Is an Island," and we need to really look at how we're coming together. And that's why I know some people might have their reservations about Kwanzaa and the person who started Kwanzaa, and I can understand that, and I understand, you know, and I hear. However, for me, it's the principles. The principles of Kwanzaa are just so lovely, you know, and to me it fits in with the teachings of Marcus Garvey, and in essence, it's in terms of nation building, it fits in with what is in the Bible, in the Torah, in the Quran. I'm sure in somebody else said to me the other day, even Buddhism, you know, about coming together, living as one, and things we must do to strive for our freedom and things like that, you know, and just come together. So that's why I celebrate Kwanzaa in a way. And for those of you who are going to Kwanzaa events and who want to go to more Kwanzaa events, you know, I've got a couple here that I can share with you, the forthcoming ones that's going to be coming over the next couple of days. Yesterday, like I said to you, I went to the one down in the Hornsey, the Pan-African Congress movement, the one that they put on. And today there's one in Leeds, there's one in Classic down there in South London. There's quite a few on today. There's three on today, but I'll give you some others, because those of you might want to go and visit other Kwanzaas coming up. We've got on the 28th tomorrow, we have Keeping the Family Together, the value of family. Yeah, Keeping the Family Together, the value of family. This is put on by Sister Empowerment Circle. It's going to take place over there in Birmingham. I'll give you the full address in a moment, which is Malika House, 81 George Street, Lozells, Birmingham, B19 1N7, from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So if you're interested in going to this one, the tickets for this is £7 in advance. I don't know if the advance is cut off now already, and £10 at the door. So be prepared to pay £10 if you haven't got your tickets already. Concessions are £3, and children 18 and under are free. So that's the 28th of December, and I've just given you the address. I'm trying to scan the leaflet for a telephone number. Yes, some of these numbers are so fine, but I'm going to see how I'm going to give you this number, because it's one of the smallest numbers.
Extend the glasses.
It's the small one on there, smallest thing on there. So 07903 591 426. 07903 591 426. All right. That's one of the numbers down there. Another number is 07758 365 785. 07758 365 785. All right. And if you have drums at home and you want to do some drumming, I'm sure if you got any of your drums, you can join the drummers down there. You know, another one that's happening tomorrow, on the 29th, which is Sunday. We have, again, we've got Kwanzaa at the Classic. The venue is the Classic, 29 Upper Tooting Road, Tooting, London, SW177PG. All right. So they're going to be doing theirs down there. This is put on by Kwanzaa and the Classic Planning Group. Yes. Right. I'll be down there at that one. So if you want to get some last minute Kwanzaa bits, you can. The Kwanzaa shop will also be down there. And I think Brother Gordon from High Wycombe, the one who makes all the kanaras that everybody else sells, he'll be down there as well. So that's the trying to find a telephone number on this leaflet, and I can't find one right now. Yes. It says 0800 368 8824. That's 0800 368 8824. Yes. Or you can call 07904 761 328. That's 07904 761 328. Okay. And the doors open at 3 and the event is from 4 to 9 p.m. All right. So, that's that. And we got some more here by the Pan-African Congress Movement. Remember the Pan-African Congress Movement? They have branches up and down the country. Okay, up and down of England. So let's try and I'm going to try my best to get this in date order. I should have done this before because I remember reading this out last week, and the leaflet is not the events are not in date order. So today's date is the 28th. So we're not going to do anything for the 28th because that's already today's date is the 27th. Should I say? So let's go from the 28th onwards. So the 28th we have this one's the 28th, right? John Lynch African Education Programme and Malcolm X Centre. That's on Saturday the 28th from 2 till 10 p.m. at the Malcolm X Community Centre, 141 City Road, St Paul's, Bristol, BS2 8YH. Telephone number 07767 763 630. That's 07760 763 630. All right, so that's the 28th. 29th, they're down in Birmingham. That is from 7 till 10 p.m. at the Legacy Centre of Excellence, 144 Potters Lane, Aston, Birmingham, B6 4UU. All right, and that's on the 29th. Let's go and find where's the 30th. The 30th up here. It says in memory of Tenny Lewis. They're going to have a Kwanzaa dedicated to Tenny Teny Tenny Lewis, from 6 o'clock till late at Histon Green Youth Club, Terrace Street, Nottingham, NG7 6ER. All right, so that's on the 30th. They may have one on the 31st. I don't see one for the 31st, no, but I do see one for the 1st. That's going to be at the West Indian Centre, Carmore Road, Longsight, Manchester, M13 0FB. Okay, and that's from 5 till 10 p.m. and that's on the 1st of January. Do contact the PACM. Go on Facebook, you'll see them on Facebook. The PACM, that's it, Pan African Congress Movement, PACM, and you'll get a list of all their Kwanzaas as well. I was at an event yesterday, and and somebody from Galaxy Radio said if you look at their website, you'll see all the events for Kwanzaa on the front page of their website. Yeah, so that's something else there. Yeah, so that's the Pan-African Congress Movement and all the other events that's gone on so far. Today's is Kujikukulia. That's the theme that they're doing today. And just to give you some understanding of what Kujikukulia is, remember last week I did read it out for you, and some of you might have thought, oh, what's all this she's talking? Yeah, this is a Swahili word. And in terms of explaining what that's about, I'll do that right now for you. Kwanzaa spans over 7 days. The celebrations of Kwanzaa goes over 7 days. The way of Kwanzaa is a lifelong thing. Yeah. So yesterday we started the first day, and yesterday's day was Unity. That's the first day, and we call it Emoja Day. So the principle for that day would be to strive for and to maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. Yeah. So that's what the Emoja principle is. And if I don't know if you've got your Kinara, you should have already lit the black candle. You can light it till it goes out, or you can light it for a certain number of hours, as you pay reverence to the day. Yeah. And then let it out, and then the next day you light the black again with the next one, and so on and so forth. Today, as I said, it's the second day of Kwanzaa, And the second principle is kujukukulia, and that means self-determination, which is to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. All right, so and speak for ourselves. So that's that, yeah. And you should have lit the first outer red candle, yeah, because in your Kanara you should have 7 candles, 3 red. If you're going from left to right, 3 red, 1 black, 3 green. You should have lit the black in the middle and the outer red, yeah. And then tomorrow's day 3, its principle will be Ujima. That means collective work and responsibility to build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. And then you'll light the outer green candle, yeah, the one at the end. Day 4, the principle for day 4 is Ujama, which means cooperative economics, to build and maintain our stores, shops and other businesses and profit from them together. Yeah, that's the most important bit. Profit together. Yeah. And for that day, you'll then light the middle candle. Yeah, the middle red candle. And then day 5, the principle is Nia, which means purpose. And that means to make our collective vocation the building and development of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. And in the Kanara, you would light the middle green candle. Yeah. And then day 6 is Kuumba. I love this one. This one's creativity. To do always as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. And then you would light the red candle, which is next to the black candle. Yeah. And day 7, which would land on the 1st of January, is Imani. The principle is Imani, which means, do you know what Imani means? Do you know what Imani means?
Oh, you just said last year.
Last year, I also said it last week. Imani means faith. Yeah? Means faith. And that's to believe with all our hearts in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. And you'd light the last remaining candle, which would be which candle? What colour do you think it would be?
Green.
Yes, definitely green. And it will be the green candle next to the black candle. Then all your candles are lit for the week. There are some people in the community who do this religiously every day, yeah. And I've had people feedback that when they do this every morning, it helps them with their day, helps them feel good about their day. Yeah, so that's something you can think about. You know, like other people, they might want to get up and say an affirmation or two. Some people use the Kwanzaa principles as well. So that's something that you can think about for yourself, your family, your community, your group, and things like that. So just thought I'd share that with you. It's Kwanzaa season. There's 7 days of it, and there are also a lot of. If you go on the website and put in the Kwanzaa shop, I'm not sure if it's .com, but the Kwanzaa shop, you'll be able to get some of your Kwanzaa items. If you go to any of the Kwanzaa festivals and certain African shops, you will see some of the Kwanzaa stuff. The Kwanzaa colours is red, black and green. They do say that the black comes first when it comes to Kwanzaa, but nonetheless, red, black and green, same colours as Marcus Garvey's UNIA flag. You can get decor, those colours, to help with your decorations and things like that. It's good to have a wooden cup, a wooden bowl or something like that they call a community cup, and that goes on your table shrine as well. You'd also have crops around on your shrine, and do remember that the corn is the most important of all the crops, because the corn is symbolic of the children that you have. So if you've got 2-3 children in your family, you'd have 2-3 children on your shrine. If you don't have any children and you're thinking of planning on having children, put one there, or the same for the future. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's a lovely event, lovely time, and very engaging. Peace, love, and harmony. It's good to see people working together. What I like about the cultural events, most of the organisations who do put on a Kwanzaa, the food is donated. Everybody's bringing a dish to complement it. So when you who go there with no food, and your belly's full, do know that there's quite a few different people who've taken part in it. Some others, they may lessen that time by getting outside caterers in, or even inside caterers in. But it's all a nice family vibe. And don't forget on the last day, you give the what we call the zawadi, which is the gifts. That's handmade gifts normally, but I know sometimes most of us move away and we buy gifts. Some of them are handmade bought gifts, so that's okay, but it's about showing creativity, so you can make gifts and give to your children, make gifts and give to those. And as somebody said yesterday, the gifts are for the children, to encourage them to continue to do what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, so if they've been good all year round and met their what do you call it? Not challenges. Met their what do you call it? What's that word? Targets. Yeah, targets. Then met their targets. Then you get the big. Then you can get the big gifts. What are you laughing about?
No, I was just about to say it.
You just about to say target.
Yeah.
You were gonna say target. Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say goal or target.
Yeah.
Goal or target.
That's right. Yeah. Then you'll get them a gift, and I think it was Imani who was talking yesterday. And he was saying, why would you get an adult a gift for doing what they're supposed to be doing? That's why you don't give the gifts to the adults, you give them to the children. You know what I mean? So that's what Kwanzaa is about for me. And like I said, I know other people out there have their views on Kwanzaa, and it's funny because our people are weird people, I'm sure if the government turned around and said, yes, from now on we're going to be celebrating Kwanzaa, enough people want to celebrate it, But because it wasn't a white man who tells us that we're meant to be celebrating it, they're not interested. Anyway, that's my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Why are you laughing?
What you just said.
Some of us, we don't want to take on nothing that any black person has told us about. And, it's funny because sometimes, I get in a lot of debates, where did you get any information from? So-and-so didn't say that. So I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Some of our people are just so lost. But I don't even want to go into that today because I do really want a light-hearted show to take us into the year, because next week I'm ready for you all. Next week is the new year. The next week's show that I'm going to be doing will be in the new year. So ready for you. It's all about nation. We're going to be on it next year. We're going to be on it. I have seen a massive move. Some people coming together, community groups coming together to do things together. People do say that black groups can't work together, but yes, I can see a shift in that ideology. Yep. And next year we're going to be on it. Next year, last week I did a show. The show was called I talked about two things. I talked about the election and where we see ourselves as African people in relation to politics. And I also talked about Kwanzaa, and I then linked the two together and how they're both important. And during the week, somebody sent me something about, because I was saying that in the show, I was saying that I remember putting on a workshop, I think it was last year, when they had the local elections for the 3rd of May. We were talking about why black people don't vote, and that was a well-attended event. And it was my thinking to have more of those, but due to personal challenges and things like that, it didn't take place. But since the show last week, I've had a number of people ringing me, because I know that the phone don't ring much here, but people phoned me saying to me that the show was very informative. And I've even had a couple of people saying that they're going to start taking their children, their children in their 20s, to meetings to engage them in politics. And then after that, I had a text sent to me by somebody of a young man by the name of, not young man, a man by the name of Winston. I can't remember his surname. He's going to be putting on workshops for people who are interested. So all that is coming. I tried to phone him twice this week. He's very busy. He didn't call me back. But I will keep going until I get in touch with this young man and bring him into the studio one day next year to talk about us moving away and moving away from the thinking that we have as to why we're not engaging in politics. Because if you think about it, politics dominates your life. You might not think it, but it does. In terms of your mortgages, in terms of your council tax, in terms of the healthcare, in terms of education, in terms of what else? What other areas? Your car. Yeah, some of you just live for your car. In terms of your car with the road tax and all these kind of things. In terms of, I'm even sure about clothing. I'm going to go for everything. Food. Politics is there. Yeah. So I think it would be good if we engage ourselves, be concerned with politics, because like I keep saying, you cannot expect any other community, any other nation to fix up your nation. Oh, and the Marcus Garvey speech that I just played, it ties into it. I didn't even think about that before, but it ties into it. You cannot expect another nation to sort your mess out, you know? Down to the food we eat, for where we go for our shopping, everything. Politics is there, so I don't know. I can't understand how you're not interested in it. I really can't. So we need to.
I don't know. You know.
So we need to think about this, and I know that it's daunting. I know sometimes some of you cannot foresee how what the future will look like if we did engage in politics. But we've got to try something, because what we've been doing for the last 30 years hasn't worked, has it? Really?
No, some people we don't want it.
You know what?
That's what some people. You know, when you give our people something and they just don't want it, and then they start making noise when other nations take it.
Exactly. You know.
That's why we have this discussion at the bike shop as well, and all them thing there as well. Not just we fix bikes, we have everything else going there. So everything we do. We don't want it, and then you moan about everybody else take it, or that community is doing
exactly. We're good at moaning.
Yeah.
Good at moaning.
Yes,
it's funny because I was
and then we're fighting each other. In our own community, we're fighting each other. That's the problem there. So, all right, sorry, lady.
No. You didn't cut me at all, and you know it's a community information show, and you're part of the community, so you could duck.
You want to talk? Leon's looking at us. So like, you want to say?
Well, anytime you want to come in, Leon, it's not a problem. You know what? Somebody said to me this week that the reason why we haven't got up and sorted out our nation is because we haven't really suffered enough. Because he can't see how people who has gone through all that we've gone through, and we're still sitting down looking pretty. So he's of the opinion that we still need to suffer a bit more before we get up. And when I sat down, I'm thinking about it, what he's saying. I said to myself, how can you say we haven't suffered enough? But normally, people who have suffered do something about their situation. So maybe we haven't suffered enough. What's your views on that? 07994431366. That's 0794431 You know, so have we as a people suffered enough? What do you think?
I don't know. No, I wonder, I have to bring the whole lot of you to this bike shop.
The whole lot of you?
The whole lot of us in there. Now, I want to show you what we're seeing. Right. You see, when the whole Jewish community come to the bike shop, I never see so much in my whole life.
They all come together at one time.
From Stamford Hill to Hackney, because they all come like they all phone each other at the bike shop at the same time, and they all come down there. Yeah, but when they come to see our people, might see 1 and 2, but we don't see the barrage. But we see the barrage in the dance. The barrage is in the dance, right? When it comes to the bike shop and you want to hire the bikes, the whole Jewish community is there, children, the works. Yeah, but it's like, I can't understand that part there. Where it's like, yeah, they went even someone showed me something the other day. Rocky showed me something where you see with the Jewish, they trust each other, even if they don't know each other, with their bank card. You see, if a man don't have the right card, what is it? Is it debit card?
Debit card, yeah.
Or what's the other one they use?
Debit, credit.
Or something like, some shops are not allowed to take it, but the next Jewish man you don't know is giving you their bank card and take his number down later and get back the card later. And it's like, but wait, it's like, if we do that if a black person do it to us, they rather just come like with their thieving. You know what I mean? It's like, and we realize that them two men don't know each other, you know. We see all of them.
It's how you live. It's how you live.
You know, they don't know each other. And it's like, yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, but don't worry, I'm gonna catch up with him later, and all them things there.
I catch up with him at the synagogue.
You know what I mean? And or with number and all them things. And I was like, hold on, how come our nation can't do that? But everyone turn around.
Maybe there might be people in there that do things like that, because I've helped out a lot of people who don't know me. I've never seen them from Adam.
Well, you're giving them your bank card?
No, I don't go
that's what I'm talking about. And then when a man come and see us in the shop, oh, Ragga, long time I haven't seen you. Give me your money, you know. Hold on, money where? What? Well, you got a business there, though, but you know.
But you want me to help you, yeah.
You see, and it's like, you know what I mean.
It's also a mentality thing as well, and how we've been maybe conditioned to function, you know. Because we have gone through a lot of conditioning. I mean, everybody more or less has, you know, especially going through this system, you're conditioned. I mean, you can see the conditioning from in nursery, you know, the first part of conditioning is how we're told how to move. I mean, I never forget when I look at, I've worked with children for over a number of decades, and of a few decades, because I'm not that old, but a few decades, and when you have a little baby within the family, this baby can move properly, dance, everything, has rhythm. They go to nursery and some of them lose the ability to dance because they're taught that jumping up and down is dancing. And, you know, that's a form of conditioning, you know. When to eat, when to sit, when to talk, when to this, when to that. Some of you might call it training, but if you look at the end product of what's gone on in the British education system, that is conditioning. When you look at the end product of how many of us are living, it's how we're conditioned to think. When you look at the end product of watching TV for years, you know, that person's mind is, to me, has altered. You know, our creativity, our ability to be creative, it has been dampened down on the mass. You might have one or two that come through and they might say that person's different. Oh, he's different. She's different because they do this and they don't want to conform, and that person is different. But most of it is because they're not conditioned the way that everybody else is conditioned. They're seen differently, you know. So we need to think about things like that. And, you know, this is why we need to come together as a nation. We are in a...
We need our own building.
We need our own buildings for everything, you know. And we can get our own buildings. I want to big up people like Auntie Jean, who's looking at building a building. I'm going to big up people like Elder Pepperkai, who's got a building and looking at sustaining it. They're going into their next phase now of the building over the next 2 years. I want to big up the management of the West Indian Cultural Centre for or the African Leadership Council, I think you're called now, down there in Hornsey, for hanging on to that building for so long, 31 years. You know, these are the buildings that we need to be supporting. I want to big up those of you in our community who have managed to hold on to a building. It's been hard. You've had many challenges, but it's your own building. I want to big up Eddie Visions down there in Visions Banqueting Suites, now called Sophia's, you know, hanging on to that through thick and thin, and all the challenges that I know that you've had in your place. I know it's a dance hall, but I do remember that Goldonic started off our meetings in your place, and a number of community initiatives used to have their meetings in your premises. So I want to big you up there. I want to big up Claudia Jones' organization. You've got your own building as well, and I know that some time back you had a fire at in the hall around the back, but you managed to pull through. I want to, it's not easy hanging on to a building in our community, because you've got so many things working against you, and so many political decisions are made about your premises. That if only you had the right number of people behind you to help sustain it, maybe we could have had more buildings. We have lost so many buildings along the way, haven't we, over the last 10 years? I'm looking back as 2005, the amount of or just shortly before that, the amount of buildings we've lost since 2005. That's over 10 years. In the last 15 years, we used to have loads of buildings back in the day, thanks to the GLC, that we either managed, or even some cases, no, I think we just managed them. I don't think we actually own them. We've only owned a couple of places. We've lost Centerprise, we've lost the Wellborn Centre, we've lost quite a few, but I don't think those were owned by us. They were just managed by us. But even still, for those of you who've managed to get a building, have a building, you've got the lease for you've got a freehold for it, not a lease, the freehold for the building. That's good. If you've got a lease, that's all well and good as well. But these are terminologies that we need to understand. Somebody sent me something about the right to buy. The housing, how they keep extortion. They're giving people extortionate prices for fees when they fix up a building. One man was given £140,000 debt, because the council fixed up the buildings. And when they fix up the buildings and they have a debt, they don't necessarily they don't necessarily fix up your place that's that you've bought in that premises. Like if you buy a flat in a council block, you're living there. You go through the right to buy. It's your own flat. When they're doing their maintenance and fixing up all the windows, they don't fix up your windows. When they're doing the toilet and the bathroom, they don't do yours, but they give you the bill to pay. Stand strong, hold strong. I know this is not fair. I know it's not the right system, but we need to look at how we can come together, to make things easier for our children's children. That's what it's about. We need to be building for our children's children. We need to fix up our nation for our children's children, not necessarily our children, but always think about your children's children. And your children will be thinking about their children's children. That is how we do nation building. It's not what about me? Oh, my children are big now, so it's okay. They must sort out that. No, we need to get into the habit of our children's children. We need to have that mentality. Someone said, no, you look at 7 generations down. 7 generations down. If you're planning for your family, 7 generations down, you're not even going to see that child. But you're planning for that child. Do you understand? So we need to look at, I love my people so much. That's why I do this show. And we need to look at things differently. Next year is 2020. 2020, someone said to me, they got 2020 vision. Right. But anyway, that person made me laugh because she wear glasses. Anyway. Nonetheless, when she said it, I just busted laughing. She goes, why are you laughing? So I goes, no, nothing. But she was talking about, because it's 2020 and what she can see for herself, and it's funny because we need to be looking at not living for today and tomorrow. We need to start looking at our 10-year plan. That's what we need. That's where we should be. Some of us only focus, and even myself, only look about what we're doing next year. What are your plans for next year? And some of you can scrape the bottom of your mind to think what you're going to do for next year. But no, we should have a 10-year plan. Other communities plan 10, 20, 30 years down the line. What is if you can't make 10 years, what is your 5-year plan? That's a challenge for you. Think about what your 5-year plan is for you and your family. Are you happy with how you are? Are you happy with where you are mentally? Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? We need to do something different. We really do need to think about doing things differently and doing things that will sustain our nation. And I'm in the process of talking to a number of people who I can work with next year to be putting on various different workshops. And for those of you who have been asking, the Understanding Marcus Garvey Boot Your Business Idea workshop that I did, I think I did 7. I think I didn't do it last year. I think the last time I did it was 2017. Understanding it might not even been 2017. It might have been 2016. I don't even know. But I don't even know right at this moment in time. Of course, I got it written down. I got all my everything written down. But off the top of my head, right this moment in time, at this defining moment, I can't truly remember. But it's coming back next year. We're planning on February for our first one, or for our next one, shall I say. Understanding Marcus Garvey Boot Your Business Idea. That's for people who have a business idea that they want to work on and bring to fruition. It's for people who already have their business and their business might be dwindling or whatever, and they might want to look at ways of how and what they can do differently. Or it's people who just want to be more professional. The Understanding Marcus Garvey Boot Your Business Idea, we do talk about Marcus Garvey and his principles. I'm going to make sure that I go around to some of the previous candidates and get some audio for you to hear their comments on what they found of the course. We've got lots of written feedback from them, which is great, but I'm going to play some on the radio as well. That's my challenge for the early part of next year.
We can't hide from Lady Leo. You did catch me though.
What are you talking about?
Remember when I didn't know you, you used to phone me on another radio station. It was like, I said, who's this lady? She said, I never used to answer the phone. And then eventually meet up.
Yes. You know what he's doing? He's sitting there reminiscing while I'm there telling you some important forthcoming information, you know.
Yeah, but when we linked up now, we start linking, you know. And all them ways, then it's all good.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Having fun.
Yeah.
Hello, Leon. What's up? He's just smiling.
Anyway, so that's one of the things that we're going to be looking at more. People have contacted me to do some workshops with young people, especially children from the Children's Culture Film Club. So we'll be looking at how we can work more with other organisations within the community as well. We're going to be looking at everything's going to be under the banner of nation building. Yeah, anything that we do needs to be under the banner of coming together, nation building. I want to big up all those organisations. I was going to mention a couple, but I think I might do disservice if I start mentioning their names. But all those of you out there who have put on an event this year for the young people, for the elders, for the men, for the women, that's all there is in the community, really. Yeah. You know, you've managed to think of a concept, say you want to do it, you've done it. I want to big you up, you know, because I know it's not easy putting on groups from time to time. So wherever you are, think about what you can be doing differently to make it better. Think about who you can be doing it with to help you make it better. You know, we need to come out of the comfort zone and stretch a little bit more and see what else we can do better. We need to start, those of you who have the time, you know, think about how we can spare some time to maybe help upkeep some of the buildings that we've got. You know, whether it's just going down there to sweep the floors or whatever, just to help the people if they don't have a good team of workers, you know, to run their buildings, to fix up their buildings. You know, some of you are very, very talented. You know, you can do carpentry or painting or in 2 seconds. Some of you are so talented you could do things quick turnaround. You don't always have to look about what you're going to get out of it. Just look and see what you can give. That's the spirit of Kwanzaa. That's the spirit of nation building. You know, just see how we can share the love a little bit more this year. 2020 is coming. And 2020, we need to see positive changes within our community. There have been a lot this year. I'm not going to take anything away from this year, but we need to go a little bit further, a little bit deeper, yeah, in terms of our coming together, in terms of our togetherness. Yeah. All of a sudden, you know, does that ever happen to you? You're talking mid-flow, and you know, talking, and all of a sudden you just get a stop. Something just says, "Stop talking," in your head, because you can't, and everything just disappears from what you were talking about. Anyway, this is still Lady Leo with the Community Information Show, and it has been wonderful. I must say, it has been wonderful coming here week after week, and sharing my thoughts with you, and sharing what I've been up to with you in terms of striving together and going forth in our you know, nation building and things like that. You know, it's just been such a wonderful time, really. Oh gosh.
blessradio.co.uk to the world.
Yes, to the world.
Yeah. And live on Bless Radio 1 on YouTube as well. So if you missed this show, you can listen.
No, you know, I don't tell them, you know.
You can listen back, all of us on YouTube, you know. You might even get to see us.
Well, no, just come to the community events. That'll be better. Come to the community events, and you'll see us there. You know,
no, we're talking to the whole world, you know. So, you know what I mean. Somebody in the other countries. What does Lady Leo look like? I don't want to be explaining, yeah.
You're funny. He's funny, isn't he? He's really funny.
No, but sometimes I don't want to explain what the person look like, because it just sounds rude. But
what are you trying to say? What are you going to say? Why would it sound rude?
You know what I mean? Oh, that person's that side, this side. It's like I had a discussion about talking to someone in the studio, and that person laughed. Yeah, and I said, I didn't know that person when they were skinny, but I don't know what happened since then. You know, it could have got bigger. So, and they, you know, it's like, boy, but because sometimes you have to just, because I don't want to be pointing, yo. The Lady Leo's over there. They look a bit rude, but you know, just okay. I don't want to see Lady Leo see me pointing.
You know, I don't really know what this man's trying to say. You know, really
or that's Leon. Yeah, I don't, because sometimes I try and use, you know, to explain, but it's all good. But I'm just saying, people, you can check that on the YouTube. You know, if you missed the show or missed bits and pieces, because you might have to go to the bathroom or something. You see it, or you don't have the pen and paper. So you need the pen and paper when you're around Lady Leo, you know.
What do you need pen and paper for?
When you're taking in all this information, phone line.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
No, because some people are old school, and that's what we always get told in our bike shop there. That Rocky say, "Oh, you know, when we go on the computer now, I like the pen and paper." Them days there, you see it. So some of us still use the pen and paper. If the phone broke down, what you do? Seriously.
Talk about phone breaking down. I'm trying to open this up because I can hear things coming through, and I can't open it up.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, open it up for me. Honestly, sometimes, you know, technology just isn't with me at all.
Trust me. You know what I mean? It's all, don't think they're mad around.
Let's play this track if I can, if it will come up.
You know, for Lady Leo start singing and all these things. Is he? You know? And it, Leon? Yeah? You want to say something? You want to wish Lady Leo a Happy New Year?
Oh, there it is. He's got into it for me now.
No, I didn't get into it. He just done it himself. Done something.
I'm trying to play you a track, but for some odd reason, it's just not happening.
Leon, why's your phone...
Anyway, this is blessradio.co.uk. You're listening to Lady Leo of the Community Information Show, and we're sitting here. Ragga D's still here. He's eating his rum cake. I haven't ate mine yet.
And every Friday, 6 to 8.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm usually here before then, but you know, but it's all good. You know, we're just there. You know, because lately I was tied me to the chair, too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
You just didn't want to go back lately or tie you to the chair like I can handle you.
Yeah, boy. Boy, I don't want to tell everybody your secret there. Because you're lying. I'm a small brother. Edit Leon, I'm a small brother, innit? Yeah?
Let me play this.
So look on the website, look on the Bless Radio YouTube, you know, you can check us out around there. You know, 079 444 313 66.
Doors from 4 p.m. and 29th, doors from 3 p.m. at the Kwanzaa at the Classic. This is the premier London Kwanzaa event taking place over 2 days. December 27th, doors from 4 p.m. and 29th, doors from 3 p.m. at the Classic, Tootingbeck, SW17 7PG. Bring your families and friends to join the growing community celebrating the annual observance of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. This African family event presents contributions on day 1 by Paul Abina, architect of the lineage timeline, and day 2 by Robin Walker, the Black History Man. Hosted by Amenwa and Uri, Shakra and Nahanda. Performances by Africa Bantu Saturday School, Baby Soul, Poetic Lara, Poetica and more. Food, music, stalls and special guests. If you have not been to a Kwanzaa celebration before, this is the one for you. A seasonal community event for you and yours. General admission £3. Children under 12 go free. More on the door. Get your tickets now for one or both days. Online at shoobs.com. Search Kwanzaa at the Classic.
The Pan-African Congress Movement National Kwanzaa celebration will be taking place on the 26th of December to the 1st.
This is our legacy, a part of our history. Be proud of who you are, for you're a shining star for the world. The whole wide world to see, to see.
I kid you not when I say that the prototype of human civilization was laid by African people. Yes, I'm talking about you black, big nose, kinky head, big hips, thick lip people from Africa. I'm talking about you who were made to see no value, no beauty, no good in who you are. We are the ones who laid out the prototype. You were supposed to believe that Africa was the dark continent. You were supposed to believe that Europe was the only enlightened part of the world. You were supposed to be impressed by Columbus and impressed by George Washington and impressed by Thomas Jefferson and impressed by Martha Washington, impressed by Shakespeare, impressed by Einstein, impressed by Euclid, impressed by all the impressive people who came out of Europe. But you weren't supposed to be impressed by anybody black. Because if you were,
this is our legacy, a part of our history. Be proud of who you are, for you're a shining star for the world. The whole wide world to see, to see.
That Africa was a positive experience, if you knew that the world's mind came to life in Africa, if you knew that the first concepts of math and science and literature and literacy began with black hands and black minds and black heads, then you would have an entirely different view of yourself. Very few of you know that African people had come to America years before Columbus ever got here. In fact, 1,000 years before Columbus ever got here, had sat down with the Mayan and the Aztec people, had built pyramids down in Central America, and right now today in Mexico, there are big heads carved out with thick noses and thick lips and kinky hair, looking just like you and your daddy.
This is our legacy, a part of our history. Be proud of who you are, for you're a shining star for the world. The whole wide world to see, to see.
Most of you have no idea that the Dogon people in West Africa understood the working of the Sirian star system and how the star system moved and rotated and revolved and built calendars long before Europeans ever got out of caves in Europe and knew there was a difference between day and night. Most of you, listen, most of you have no concept that the concept of philosophy began in Africa. Most of you have no concept that the languages of the world evolved out of African language. Long before there was a concept of religion in the world, Africans understood the oneness of God and understood the divine presence in all things that are there. Long before Moses talked about monotheism, Akhenaten had already established the cult of monotheism, understanding the oneness of God and the power of God. Long before there was a 10 Commandments, Africans understood the 41 negative confessions that laid out the same ethical principles that were later condensed in the 10 Commandments. Long before there was any concept of Plato or Socrates or Aristotle, Africans were talking about the unmoved mover concept, the transcendent being of the unseen, and how the unseen was able to influence the seen, and how the epistemological impact of the seen and the unseen came together to bring about material scientific phenomena and philosophical unseen phenomena. Long before that was going on. They don't know that the world's most beautiful women for thousands of years were black, kinky-haired, big nose, big nose. They don't know that. They don't know. They don't know that Queen Hatshepsut ruled the world long before feminists had to make a voice. Long before. Not only was she ruling the world, even today she's got the biggest tomb in the Valley of the Kings. She didn't ask permission to be a woman. She was a woman in her essence and didn't need to ask nobody. But listen. But the women slaves are joining in behind the white women saying, I want to be free like you, honey. You don't need to be free like them. Be free like Hatshepsut. Be free like Nzinga. Be free like the women who ruled the world for hundreds of years.
Fine sunshine most of the time, and the feeling is laid back. Palm tree grove, rent so low, don't you know? But I keep working my way back. But I'm a Jamaican boy who's born and raised. Nowadays I'm lost between two shores. LA's fine, but it ain't home. New York's home, but it ain't mine. No more.
You know, no, that's been Leo, Lady Leo, yeah. Oh.
To no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. I am my pride. I am said and I am lost.
you to read about a father who dreamed of being a king. And they all became one. Except for the name, a few other changes to talk about me. The story is the same one. But I've got this emptiness deep inside, and it won't let me go. And I'm a man who don't like to swear, but I hate the sound of being alone. I am myself to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. I am my bride. I am said then I am lost and I can't even say why. I am myself to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. I am my bride. I am said when I am lost and I can't even say why. You're leaving me lonely.
Yes, we're still here. We're still here in the studio. We just realised there's so many things lock off from us. Wondering why things are not working around here. We're going to try and see if we can sort those out now. Right. So now that we're functioning right again, honestly. Is the show finished? Anyway, it still sounds fresh and young, so we're going to see if we can go on. Forgive me if you tried to, if you've been trying to call through on the number. We've only just managed to get the phone open all this time. You know, it was something so simple, but, you know, I've done it now. Thank you. Are you coming to help me now? You can't be coming to help me now when I've been asking you for the help all show, and you're coming to help me now when I've got it sorted. You make me laugh. That's one of our engineers, I've been asking to, how do you sort this out? The man can't tell me, Now that we took it downstairs, we've got the big engineer to sort it out and come back upstairs with it. He coming to help me.
Let me do exercise.
Sorry?
Let me do exercise.
You know what I mean? And he's going to come and help me there.
I seen Brendan while I go for the phone. I've gone all the way downstairs. About 10 flights of stairs I've gone down. That can't even breathe.
You know what I mean? and if you know Ragga, that is, Anyway, so, yes, just to say that the two songs you that just heard were, the one up top was This Is Our Legacy by Naeem Akbar, and this one was I Am Said I by the man himself, Mikey Spice. I had to pause there because just in case I got it wrong. I had to search in my memory banks.
No, she's thinking of Barry White,
I'm not thinking. I know, got a voice a bit like him, innit? But even still, so.
You see, when them ladies get hypnotised, like Lady Leo, she forget she's in the studio of blessradio.co.uk.
I don't know what this man's talking about. I really do not understand what this man is talking about.
Watch the live under the YouTube, yeah? Just type in Bless Radio 1, See? We're going to all put it up there tonight, So it's live. You see what she looked like if you've never seen her before over the world. Don't worry, she'll be flying to your country soon.
You know what? And then he woke up. I don't know what. He's always talking like he's in his dream, in his bed.
And, no, you don't have to go to bed to sleep, you know. You can sleep anyway. You know the way.
Dreams.
No, I can sleep in your car.
I know. There are some people like that, you know. Just put them in. The other day I was driving from South London with, there was 3 people in my car. All men. 3 people. One of them, we're talking. We all have a big discussion. All of a sudden we just can't hear from one of them. When we look round, we just see, man are just dropsy, man. I want to big up. Jammers, how you doing?
You're cold.
I can get away with it. I know he's not listening. Anyway.
No, even when we were younger, sometimes we used to drop sleep in rave. Doesn't matter how loud it is, regard, you know? Some people, I've seen people do that. So,
some people can, it's true, some people can sleep anyway. You know, some
especially on the floor.
Some people can sleep standing up.
What,
you know?
I
can't. Me, I have to be comfortable. I have to be lying down, got to catch up somewhere, you know, but nah. I remember we used to go, remember when we go to the community raves and we take our children, my son can just sit down and everybody's raving it up, you know, he's just sitting there with his mouth wide open, head up on the wall, you know. Honestly, some people sleep anywhere, not me.
No, well, he must have got it in someone's jeans before, so, you know.
Not mine. I ain't got no jeans. Anyway.
It came from you.
I wear tights.
It came to your branch, though, didn't it?
I wear tights.
Your branch of the family.
Yes. Anyway, this man's going away on another level. So, back to basics and back to things, you know. Clean. But I'm going to wrap up the show soon. It has been lovely reasoning with you, Ragga. It's been and those of you who's wondering who Lady Leo is talking to, you must can tell the laugh. That's Ragga. He normally does meant to do 4 to 6. Okay, sometimes it's 3 to 6. Sometimes it's
when I'm reaching here and then we're here for hours after.
Sometimes it's 3 to 6. He's meant to be here from 4 to 6. Sometimes it's 3 to 6. Sometimes it's 5 to 6, and he wants to go into my show. You know, one time he was in here, and I was quite surprised he was in here. He told me that he hasn't even let the listeners know that he was here. That's watch out for the type of music that you hear before my show, because sometimes he's been in here playing the music, but you lot don't even know he's here because he not talking to no one today because he vexed about something. You know what I mean?
I'm just enjoying the vibes and my mixing skills, and you know, and then next week Gold Onyx is in there. Gold Onyx, you know. And then next minute I look around. Hold on, Lady Leo hasn't turned up. Yeah, I look around.
There has been a couple of weeks like that. Yeah.
And then next one I'm there till 8:30.
No, but you know what? I always let management know. So if management are not letting you know, that's your business. That's their business. But I always let management know.
Anyway, I stay until 10 o'clock sometimes.
Anyway, so yeah. I hope you have had a wonderful year. Looking back, if it hasn't been wonderful, I hope it's been at least bearable. I hope that you have maybe learnt from the challenges that you've been in.
And you
to take them forward, yeah.
Man.
I hope that you're able to build on whatever seeds you've sown this year.
Yeah, man.
And I really do hope that the fruit of the seeds comes to fruition at the time that you want it to, or not too long after the time that you want it to, because it's awful forever waiting on something. You know, it's funny because as I was driving in here today, I was listening to a track in the record, a track from a record, sorry. I think it was actually Mikey Spice I was playing in the car, and there's a track that says something about when things are going wrong, just pray and everything will be all right. And it reminded me of the wailing and praying that our ancestors must have done year after year after year after year after year after year whilst they were on the plantation. Yeah, and I'm sure they prayed fervently. I'm sure they prayed earnestly. I'm sure they prayed, you know, and some of them died in prayer, you know. And I'm thinking, I'm just thinking. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I'm just thinking. I won't share the rest. But you know, my mind just went into another zone as I was driving in today. At the atrocities that our people have borne, you know, have gone through.
Yep.
How many more years are we to go through this before we rise? We need to rise. We need to move up. We need to come up and come out of where we are. And I can't see that being done if we don't all come together. Doesn't matter whether you're Muslim. And I like the way that the Nation of Islam works with the Rastas and that in the community. I really do like that, 'cause that's part of the nation building. I'd like for the nation, not for nation, for those who are Muslim, to join up with those who are Christian and Catholics and the Rastaman them and the Borled. And I'm not just talking about males, you know, I'm talking about the in terms of peoples, you know, so we can come together, even those who are Buddhists. We've got some African Buddhists in the community. You know, I would like us all to find a way of coming together to build together, because then we can be heard. At the moment, we're not heard. But in some respects, we're not even seen. We're not even a dot. So we need to come together so we can be a mass. Yeah? And we can strive and walk together. There's so much injustice being lavished on our people, and we need to, lavish is the wrong word, been put on our people, yeah, and we need to rise together and move forward for the betterment of our babies and for the betterment of our babies to come. I think I'm going to stop there now and bring this the last show of the Community Information Show, hosted by Lady Leo, and we've got a guest here today. Not a guest, a gatecrasher. Not really, not a gatecrasher, but young. Not young. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Ragga D sitting in the hot seat here with me. We've also got Leon at the behind us. He doesn't want to talk. Every time I say, "Do you want to say anything?" Nope. So he's here, listening to every part of the show as well.
He's here every Sunday, 12 to 2.
Yes, every Sunday, 12 to 2.
You will hear that voice there.
Yeah, that's DJ Leon, and I just want to wish you all well. I hope we don't lose anybody before my next show, and so we can all say Happy New Year together. And like whatever you're doing on New Year's Eve, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it is pleasing for you and your family. And yeah, anything else you want to say? Any final words? Because I know you didn't really get a proper opportunity to sign out properly today, but sign out for not only for today but for this year. It's your last show for you're not on again till
next year. We're back here.
Next year we're back here. That's a good rhyme. Next year we're back here.
Yeah, see it.
You're a poet now. Go to the thing of the griot. They do. They don't even do poetry. I was told poetry and storytelling are two different things. So I better sort myself out there. But yeah. Next year we are back here and
back here, helping the public.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the interviews as well to come,
and trying to help the youngsters train up with the bicycles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in this time, yeah.
You say bicycle maintenance.
Bicycle maintenance. You know, you know, in this time, if car broke down, especially in the winter, because some people rely on cars.
Yeah,
you know,
I do.
Yeah, because my brother just tell me power steering went and. He has to go all the way from West London to Chinkford to go work, to drive train and all these things. And, you know, so I'm just, make sure we want to see more youngsters come to our bike shop, all different ages, and all them things there, and so they don't have to go into the parents' their pocket and say, "Oh, boy, my bike broke down," or you have your bike lying
They
there.
don't need to go into their pocket. They got a bus pass.
Well,
There's free bus pass, you know. Children get free bus pass.
Yeah, there's some of them, right? You know when they want, when certain things break and you can't fix it, but it costs money, innit? And when you get somebody else to fix it for you and all them things, is like.
Oh, you're talking about them fixing it for themselves? You mean learn it? Sorry, sorry, I jumped the gun there. I thought you meant they want money for bus for fare.
No, yeah, because some people rely on it because. A grown-up person, well, a DJ colleague of one of ours, kind of, ish. He hasn't been on the station, but he woke me out of my sleep. And him tell me about the tire them on its way out, on his bicycle. And I was like, hold on, the man woke me out of my sleep. Oh, is the shop open?
Was this during the day or at night time?
This is like, let's say, coming up to 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's not late.
No, but I'm
there thinking he woke you up out of your sleep.
No,
he woke you up out of your slumber.
But I'm not at the shop here, innit? And to say it was it was Christmas Eve. Yeah, it was Christmas Eve for a man. And because I never seen him at the bike shop, and I know
so he don't know how to fix tires to sort out his tires. But I think a lot of people don't. It's just like cars. People jump on the bike, people jump in their cars, but learning to do something basic for themselves, they don't know.
And but remember, when you make your tires bald, because he said the tires are bald and they're skinny tires and red. I said, boy, go and check the bike shop's open. I give them the number and everything, and I still want to see him at the shop there. And then I was on the radio yesterday, and he said him dealt with that and all these things. You know what I mean? So, because he's a grown man, and all them things, but still, that's why I said.
So, would you be putting up? Would you or your work, your manager and thing, would you be thinking of putting on some bicycle maintenance workshops?
Yeah, well, that's what.
Because maybe that's another thing you can do for 2015. 2020. Sorry.
Yeah, but that's what we do. But you know how it goes with, especially when you're 15 or 16. Some of them will go and tell them brethren they're getting £20 a week, and the other brethren down the road was about in your age group was laughing at you and saying, "Oh, boy, we're getting certain money more than you. What we're doing, and next minute you're gonna leave the bike shop and go and do something even differently, like fix car." Yeah, because some of them have done that, and they're going college and all that, and then I'll go to use my friend Cliff. He's gonna show you his hands. Cause when
he's got worker's hands.
Yeah, so them time there. Cause
let me see your hands. Are you sure those your hands? You do bicycle maintenance.
Yeah.
You look like you don't even wash up dishes. let alone bicycle maintenance. What do you do there? These I haven't felt them, listeners, but he's got. You can see from here that his hands so soft. But come, give me a hand. These hands don't do no work.
I've done gardening with my hands. I wear gloves too.
Okay.
In some places we've done gloves.
So when you do your bicycle maintenance, you wear gloves?
So depends on what it is.
Oh.
But sometimes, even when you're taking them off to rack, they're cold and...
He's got those hands. You know that some people say, I ain't getting my hands dirty. That's the type of hands that Ragga D's got. Next time you see him out in a dance, just ask him, say, Lady Leo said that you must show me your hands.
And plus, I do read with my hands as well, so and all the fingers. So it's like, you need to keep the neat hand thing, in a certain way. Because I watch in the man, when they wash their hands, they wash it with fairy liquid, and I look at Rocky and I say, hold on, why is everyone washing their hand with fairy liquid?
Oh, what do you wash your hands with?
I'll go and find my Link shower gel,
That's good.
No, because think about it. Where are you going to wash up the dishes at the workplace? And who's going to buy back the fairy liquid? Remember, it's your workplace as well lately. If it was your workplace and people coming to wash, it's like, hold on. I saw there's like, you know that soap what you squeeze? You know them, but they're not using that, they're using fairy liquid. So what are you going to wash? You can't use the soap what you squeeze to wash up the dishes, is it? And I do wash up at home.
You let me know.
It's true though. I see enough of the youngsters do it in all these things, but you know.
Well, if you're thinking of putting on some bike maintenance workshops, let me know, because I can mention that on the community information show, and I think a lot of our young people do ride bikes or have bikes, and it'd be good to learn how to look after the bike and help yourself when you're in a situation. And
I think I met some of your people, your friends from the Children Culture Club, who's come down there and hired bikes. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise that. I must find out.
When they realised who I was, and it's like, because they came on a different day, not on the day when we were at the Children's Culture Club. It's like,
do they say, "Oh, you're the guy that snores in the play"?
No, they just couldn't remember my name. But it's fun. It's like, you know, so it's good to meet the community. That's why I said it's like we all wash hand, other hand, and all these things. And so to show what us black people are doing is like it's black. You know, it's owned by a black person, the bike shop as well. You know what I mean? Just because they do come to us and moan about other bike shops.
I managed to find out where it was. You always said it's next to the park. It's not next to the park. It's further from the park. So I did see it the other day when I drove past, and I thought, oh, one day when I'm early or whatever, if I'm driving past, I'll come and say hello to everybody, because I know you big them up and I know you work in there, and I'd like to see the environment anyway, to see how we can support and help as a station.
It's not just bikes. Sometimes they try and teach us some of the secretary work as well, and how to answer the phone. You know, and we do have we've got somebody who come from Barbados. I think he must have been here from August or September, and he might be going away in about January. He's about 18.
So he's come down. Oh, that's good.
So we have, because sometimes, you know, when you have people come down to your yard and you don't want them to really hang around in the yard, and they're going to come to the bike shop.
So give them something to do, yeah.
In order to, so, you know, even to get a little change in them pocket and all them things, then...
And it's a good opportunity for him, experience, yeah.
And plus, like, his mum went back to Barbados and left him here. And all them things there, see? You know, but we're going to go with, I'm going to catch you up next week, and if you want to catch back this show live or recorded and if you missed any parts, just type in the Blessed Radio 1 on YouTube, so you can catch everybody's show, including Lady Leo's and myself and all that thing there, you know. So, you know, so you can catch back all the information, because I know some people can't seem to find the pen and paper too quick, and then it's not beside us, like you know, like lately or sometimes say, where the pen there, and people
I normally have a pen in my bag about where the pen there,
some people eat the pen them, you know. When we go bike shoppers, like so they say, oh, you not been eating the pens.
Big up to Sonia from the bike shop. How you doing?
Yeah, man. She's there, man.
Also,
Rocky and Cliff.
I'm just thinking about this. One thing that you can think about, if you're a business owner out there in the community and you're looking for people to do work experience with, give the community information show a call, because we can maybe hook you up with some young people. I often get young people coming to me asking me where they can go to earn a change. I also find
work experience.
Yeah, the reason why they want to do it is because they want to get some honest money. I often find young people, when I say young people, I'm looking at 13, 14-year-olds who want to do something to get extra change. So you can think about that for the weekend. For the young people, I will check this out further, but I think by law, children under the working age can work up to 4 hours. I'm not quite sure if it's 4 hours a week or 4 hours a day, but we'll check that out. Just thinking about expanded, and I know a lot of you might need help of some way, shape or form to run your business. I also know that if also you're looking for volunteers, and that's another way you can let us know, and we can hook you up with young people as well. So do let us know, and so we can share that with our young people in the community, because we do not want them going to do anything negative to get a little change, or to get some money, So with that said, I'm gonna go now, and I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna be at the Kwanzaa event on the 29th in Tooting. I'm gonna be with the Holy Coptic Church tomorrow. That's a closed event. I'm gonna be. I'm not quite sure what's going on for New Year's Eve at the moment. I do know that Elder Pepperkai down there at the Mama At Centre, they've got their fundraising dinner. So if you contact the PACM or the Elder Pepperkai, if you know him, Brother Tahaka, if you know them, they're the Mama At Centre, to get some more information as to their fundraising dinner. I think they have it every year, New Year's Eve. And whatever you're doing, do it with peace and love and harmony, and enjoy. So that's what I'd like to say. Oh, you want to say? Go on, continue.
Bye. Happy New Year when it reaches. You know what I mean? So see you on the other side.
The other side. That sounds so.
Because we're on this side of 29th of the 2020, really. So,
Yeah. So see you on the. Sounds like a film. On the other side.
I see.
On the other side.
You see,
I'm gonna sign up with this one, Peter Tosh, one of my all time top favorite tunes. It's one word, begins with A, ends with N. It's called African. Gonna sign up with this one. Like I said, see you next year. Hope it's joyous. Hope it's good. Hope you.
You want to say something, Leon? Look, he's looking at you.
Is everything cool?
You right, Leon?
Yes, anyway.
Oh. See you Sunday, 12 to 2, yeah?
Don't you where you come from? As long as you're a black man, you're an African. No mind your nationality, you have got the identity of an African. Cause if you come from Clarendon, and if you come from Portland, and if you come from Westmoreland, you're an African. So don't care where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. No mind your nationality, you have got the identity of an African. Cause if you come from Trinidad, and if you come from Nassau, and if you come from Cuba, you're an African. So don't care where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. No mind your complexion, there is no rejection, you're an African. Cause if your flexion high, if your flexion low, and if your flexion in between, you're an African. So don't care where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. No mind denomination, that is only segregation, you're an African. Cause if you go to the Catholic, you are an African. And if you go to the Methodist, you are an African. And if you go to the Church of God, you're an African. So don't care where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. come from Canada,
you are an African.
and if you come from Miami,
you are an African.
and if you come